Hey, welcome back, guys. We have the loser bracket here today for the Sultans Cup. It's been a short break from our side, but we are back casting, and we'll be finished with the loser bracket round one today. As you can see here, I'll just load it up. And after that, I believe we have a couple of sets from the winner brackets ready as well. Same thing with the loser bracket round two. So we'll start with that tomorrow. And meanwhile, the games that we'll be casting today. So the first one is Team Agent versus KS1 or Kalinga Sanda 1, and the second set will be Hooligans versus KS2. So yeah, let me just load the Civ draft. Give me a second. And yeah, there we go. So we have Doomster on the left who is representing Agent, and on the right we have AKTG47 who is representing KS1. So let me just fast forward through this. And okay, so we
Yes, so I'm here now.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh by the way, we have no chance as well as my co-caster.
yes.
So welcome man, welcome.
Hi guys.
And
Hi man.
yeah, and I have promised no chance that we'll get to casting the games as soon as possible because he apparently has some work from his office. So, yeah, let's just go to the Civ draft. So, we see that Agent has banned Britons and Persians, and meanwhile, KS1 has banned Saracens and Incas. So, Incas is a pretty interesting pick. If they're banning Incas, I wonder why they haven't gone, for banning Goths as well. But, yeah.
Yes.
That's like, the usual thing where you see a team sort of banning the two Cancer civilizations, but they've gone for one which is Cancer, which is Incas, and the other is Saracens, which is, a pretty interesting pick. But anyway, and let's go to the picks. So we've got KS1 who've got Mayans, Aztecs, and Vikings. So a couple of very good Meso civs. The third one they've banned. So they've taken effectively all the Meso civs on the other side, and they've got the Vikings. And meanwhile, for agent, we have Franks, Ethiopians, and Vietnamese. So, since Britain is banned and Mayans is already picked by the other side, so they have Vietnamese. And after that, we've got Koreans, Khmer, and Burmese for agent, and Lithuanians, Cumans, and Chinese for KS1. So, some interesting picks over there. Let me just take a look at the map drafting, by the way. So we've got agents have picked Team Islands and Arena as their home maps, and KS1 has picked Golden Pit and Serengeti. So, fair enough. I actually don't see any water map saves over here. Apart from Vikings, which of course these guys have picked KS1. I don't think any. I don't see anything interesting, suited to something like Team Islands on agent side. Because their last three picks are Goths, Huns, and Mongols, whereas KS1 has gone for Berbers, Tatars, and Portuguese. So, it's pretty surprising that it's KS1 who has more water suited saves compared to Agent. What do you think about that, no chance?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there is Vikings and Berbers is also a water sub actually. Like Berbers is a naval civilization. So
Right, right, right.
yeah, so Vikings and Berbers, yeah, I think. Yeah, I think it's like since it's a best of three, I don't expect them to play Team Island at all. What's the
Hmm.
other map that they have? Serengeti, right?
So Serengeti and Golden Pit are KS1's home maps.
Okay, and these people, it's Arena, right?
Team
Okay.
Islands
That's
and
why these.
Arena. So
Right. So this Burmese pick, Burmese and all works pretty well
yeah,
on
yeah,
Arena, right?
yeah, yeah,
Like Burmese gods, all these like clown
yeah.
strats really work well there.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
yep.
anyway, I guess we can just go live to the game now. So
Right. I'm
okay.
first second mark.
Yeah, so I am at 1 second. We can
Yeah.
just go live, right? So let's go in three, two, one. Let's go. Okay, so we have Bomberman, who I assume is playing as the flank. He's got the Ethiopians. The pocket is Doomster. Okay, interesting. I think this is the first time I've actually seen Doomster playing as the pocket by choice. Because if you are playing lobby games, it's
Right.
fair enough. He can spawn in any position. But usually when he's playing in a proper team sort of format, He prefers to
Yep, yep, yep.
play flanks, so there is that. And finally, we've got the other flank, who is Attila Chewingham, who is playing as the Vietnamese. So
I see.
yeah, that is there. And for the other team, we've got Root, who's playing as the Chinese flank over here. The pocket is AKTG-47 or AK-47, who's playing as the Berbers. And finally, we have Wardy playing as Mayans. So, I mean, yeah, pretty good civs on both sides actually. It's not a situation, where either team has a better civ draft or anything like that. At least for Arabia, I mean. The
Yeah.
subsequent games, I
Interesting
believe,
that
is.
they took Berbers as their first cap pick.
Hmm.
I don't know about that.
And now here's the interesting thing. Doomster is playing as the pocket, and they've got a Vietnamese teammate, right? So Doomster usually does indulge in some form of laming. This time we are
Yes,
just seeing
yes.
him pushing Zebra, but I wonder if he's
Yeah,
going for any sort of a lame over here. Let's see.
right, right.
Because we've got Root, who is quite close to Doomster actually. So there is a chance that some laming might happen. Anyway, let's see.
Yep, yep. Yeah, let's see. I mean, let's look at the boars, right? For Mayan player, the boars are at the back. For Chinese player, one boar is at the side, and where is the other boar? Oh, both boars. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty difficult
Yeah.
to lame here. I don't think there will be a lame.
Yeah, but then here's the
Usually,
thing. Waldy has placed his goats quite far away from his TC. So if he's not careful, one of these scouts might, just venture next to the TC and steal the goats over there. Because that happens a lot,
yeah. I mean,
right?
at this point of time, usually people are like, yeah. I mean,
No, I mean, we've
I don't
already
think.
got Bomberman who's quite close to
Yes,
Waldy's
yes,
base.
yes. But yeah, yeah, that's true.
So, okay, but I think he has just moved them back towards his TC. So, yeah, fair
Right.
enough.
Oh my God, Bomber has already lost a will to his boar.
Oh,
That is
and the boar has
interesting.
gone back as well. Oh, man.
Yep, yeah, yeah. It's a disaster. Yep, yep, yep. I guess Doomster should take note of this some
Yeah.
point of time. uh, yeah, the Chinese player is okay. So Chinese player is, I think, half a will ahead, which makes sense since he gets that
Yeah.
Chinese start.
And we are already seeing
Hmm.
Doomster entering the Chinese player's base, the
Yep,
Root's
yep,
base.
yep. I
So,
don't understand this mill also by Attila Chewingham. It's really bad.
let me
It's a
check.
weird
Ah,
mill by
yeah, yeah.
Attila.
It's a pretty
Yeah.
bad placement.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, I mean, people might have a question here. Why you want the mill to be as close to the berries as possible compared to, say, something like gold, where, you want to leave a one
Because
tile
gold
gap.
has because a pile of gold is 800, right?
Yeah.
Berries it's what 125. A
Yeah.
lot of difference.
Yeah, and I mean it's not just that, right? The fact that you usually have about
On
four
berries,
people on berries compared
yeah,
to on gold
exactly.
you might have
On
seven or
gold,
eight or whatever.
right, right. I don't
And
know where is Attila's will going. Oh,
Doomster's actually
Attila
going
still
to
doesn't know where. Ah, I
no,
see.
Doomster's actually going to cause one villager death for Root.
Right, what?
Doomster got
Ah,
Roots
he's
to
making sure that he
yes.
cannot lame the. I see, I see, I see.
No, no, it's not just
That's
about
pretty good.
laming. He's getting the villagers killed by the elephant or the
Yes.
boar or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Oh
which is pretty
man,
smart.
he's being a proper pest over here.
Yep, yep, yep.
And
Yeah.
Doomster might even lose his scout in all of this shenanigans. Okay, fair enough. So the elephant comes in, but Doomster will still, I believe, end up losing his scout. Let's see.
No, I mean he can just run away, right?
Yeah, possibly. No, no, but we've got Root who's constantly following him.
Now it is on 19 bills.
And by the way, Voldy is heading right towards Bomberman's base, so we might even see a
Yeah,
scout being
he's just
sent for
standing
it.
there actually. He's not
Yeah,
doing,
assuming
not doing.
he runs straight, I think he's running straight for the TC. Oh, okay. And yup,
Number
there we
four
go.
player has clicked up, so Doomster has clicked up. Let's see. Doomster has clicked up on 21 wills. That's interesting.
Yeah, so
Usually people click up on 19 wills, right, for
yes,
pranks.
yes,
But
yes.
yeah, I guess he must be doing that. Like 21 wills means like a very smooth transition into feudal age, right? Like
Yes, yes, exactly.
will have a lot of resources. But I guess as Franks, it's still fine. Like I don't know. I don't agree with like 21 wills click up for Franks, but yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, whatever.
Uh, Maybe because he does not play as pocket, so he might not be used to the 19 pop build order. I don't know. I'm just offering
I mean,
a.
he plays with me sometimes, so yeah,
Okay,
maybe
okay,
I think he's aware. I think yeah.
okay, okay.
Attila, I think, is going for Bannett arms. I suppose he has 2 on gold, but I don't know since his barracks is not already not up. So even if he makes,
Yeah, yeah, I think
like,
yeah, he's definitely
I
not
think
going
he's
for
going for.
man at arms.
He's not going. Yeah, I think he's going straight archers.
Yeah, yeah.
What about Bomber?
Bomberman
Bomber is
actually does
also,
not
I
even
think,
have a
going
barracks
straight
up
up.
yet. Yeah, yeah, but he does not
Yeah,
even have a
yeah.
barracks up yet.
Yep. Yeah.
Let me just check their resources. So Bomberman can actually drop 2 archery ranges almost. And okay, nothing interesting here. So Bomberman,
No aggression from either flanks
yeah,
yet.
yeah,
That is
exactly.
interesting.
Nothing yet.
Not, yeah, it's not good. Yeah, no. Bomber has wood, but he doesn't have barracks, right?
Yes,
So
yes, he does not have barracks
once
actually.
he has barracks, I see. Yeah, okay. And I think this is a really bad barracks placement by Bomber. He should have placed the barracks forward. He's denying his own wood, and that's not good.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what sort of walls he's thinking of going for.
No. Irrespective of that, the barracks should be like 3 tiles ahead because it's
Hmm.
denying his own wood,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
definitely,
That's never a good.
definitely.
Yeah,
And I
let's
mean,
see.
not only
So
that, his lumber camp is also such that there's going to be some
yeah,
overchop
very
very, very
ineffective.
soon.
Yep. I mean, his base is pretty bad. I agree, but I think he should still. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, you have to work with whatever you got, right? So,
Yes.
and not only
Waldy is
that,
doing pretty well. Waldy has his both ranges going up,
yeah. But
and
he's doing
he's
it using a
almost
single
full world.
villager. So, even though
Yeah, that's
the
okay. So there are 2 ways, right? One is you send 2 wills on one range, make it, and then send 2 wills to make the other range. But sometimes people just choose one will and make like 2 ranges simultaneously. It is also fine.
So, anyway, I was actually about to talk about Bomberman's shitty map because he's got 1 goal that is outside his base right now because of the walls, and
Right.
smartly he's just
Yeah.
put a tower over there.
Yes, that is really good. Actually, getting a preemptive tower is always
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. And especially against the Mayans player, who I mean, Mayans they of course get their
Can
cheaper archers, right?
Yeah, they
So
can outproduce. Yes.
yes, I
Yeah, see,
mean,
this is interesting, right? So now Doomster already has 6 military out, like he has 6 scouts, compared to only 4 from the Berbers player.
yeah,
Uh,
but
and
I think pretty much everybody is walled on KS1 side. Except for the Mayans player, but I mean it's his back that is open. So
yeah, I
I
mean
mean
Doomster is also not walled yet, but I think as a pocket, it's. I mean, you don't have to hurry.
yeah.
Like you should focus more on like producing army and going ahead. I also feel that roots berries are. Does Attila know about roots berries?
I think so
Yeah, he
because
does. He should
yeah,
pressurize that,
definitely
I think.
because I saw his archers attacking the barracks, so he
Yeah,
should know about
exactly.
that. Yes.
Yep.
And Doomster's
There is a scout
losing
fight,
a couple of scouts, yeah.
and yeah, bad micro by Doomster.
And
Now Doomster still has more numbers, and Valdi has 8 archers
no,
already, I guess.
no, but the problem with
He's
Doomster is that he's engaging with a single scout at a time. And
yeah,
whereas on the other side with AK-47, he's got like 5 or 6 scouts over here, trying to kill
yes.
one at a time. So,
Yeah, but
by
now
the
I
way,
think he's bring
we just saw these archers passing on the other side of the wood line. So we've got
yeah
Waldy,
5 archers. Yeah, 5
yes,
archers going there, 8 coming here.
5
That's
versus 8,
interesting.
and they will run into the tower over here. So yeah,
Let's see.
Bomberman.
Yeah.
I mean, he read this extremely well. The fact that he does not have any sort of safe gold, this just makes a lot of sense to, put the tower
Right.
over there.
Yeah.
And meanwhile,
Yes.
we've got Bomberman is going for a wood line. Oh, by the way, Attila is already inside Root's base.
Yes. Yeah.
And
That's the fight that I'm watching because of extra HP as well as fletching.
yeah.
Attila's archers definitely do have an edge here. I mean, they have more numbers as well. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes, definitely.
I think Attila can just go to wood and then gold.
Oh, I think
The
he
best
might
resource to
be
deny.
able to deny the tower, yes. Assuming he
Yeah, but
pays
he'll get
attention.
caught. He'll get caught by the Berbers player. The Berber
Oh,
scouts are
yeah,
here,
yeah.
so yeah, that's really bad. I think yeah, this is a small misplay, I guess, from the agent team.
And
But yeah,
okay. Meanwhile, Doomstars, I think he's going to help Bomberman on the other side. His scouts, I
yep,
mean.
yep, yep. But where are okay? So Doomster is I think going towards
Doomstars, I think, going towards Waldy. That's the only thing that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. But Baldi is full wall, right? I don't. I doubt it.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
think what Bomberman has done is just told Doomster to send his scouts back
to come
because
back.
he's being
Yeah,
attacked.
which is really bad. Which is I feel really wrong. Because see, he already has like what 12 scouts, 12 archers in Bomber's base.
Yes.
He can
And
clear out those 8 archers from Mayan player, right? There is no need for these scouts to be here. They should be
definitely.
forward.
But I mean, there's this other issue where Bomberman has lost all his forward army. They were attacking the wall, and
Yeah, yeah,
at
yeah.
the
Yes.
same time, he was being attacked right behind his base. So he did not pay
Yeah.
attention to those archers, and he lost all of them,
Yes, yes. And
unfortunately.
even Attila has lost all his
Yes,
army.
yes, yes.
Like the forward army, now he's at the back.
Yeah.
He is adding a skirm or two in his. But what? What is this? Attila's
Oh.
will. I don't know if there is a issue, but Attila's will is right next to Doomster's market. Do you see that will?
Send you
And
some
now it's making house. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And,
But by the way, we just saw Waldy also losing a big bunch of archers. They were moving
yeah, no.
between.
Those are just 8 archers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Considering that he's playing Mayans, he can just add 3 ranges, and I think he should be good to
Yeah.
go. Because Waldy already has like 17 archers in his base. He has clicked up as well.
Yeah.
Interestingly, the Berbers player, okay, he has clicked up as well. Okay.
Yeah. And okay, so I think at this point now everybody is just laying back, trying to master
Just
some
chilling. Yeah, exactly.
except
Making
for
sure.
Doomster, who is
Yeah, where are his scouts, by the way? I see.
Doomster
They're
scouts,
chasing
right?
Berber scouts.
Yeah.
I see.
And
Yeah.
there is a fight going on here, which is yeah. So Attila smartly just pulls back his archers right now. Let me just check the upgrades.
Yeah,
Okay,
Attila
so
has, I
Root
think,
has both the
16.
upgrades, whereas Attila does not have the
Yes.
armor upgrade.
Yes, but Attila is Vietnamese and he has a few skirms
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that mix, right?
Yeah.
That is definitely going to help him. But I guess there is the hill bonus, which comes handy. Yeah. Now, the Berber player should by now have the defense and the attack upgrade as well. I think,
Yeah. And
yeah.
okay, so Doomster.
Doomster on the other hand has both the upgrades, so that's good.
Yeah, and Doomster just hit Castle Age, so let's see how many.
Yes. These, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's really risky for Root's archers to be outside now. Because once
Yeah.
I'm guessing see Doomster's getting +2, right?
Yeah.
Like
Doomster's
even
getting +2.
these scouts will easily clear all those archers with +2. So he should just go back.
Yeah.
His Root is a bit late also on the way up, so I think he'll have to play defensive once he's up. Waldy on the other hand is playing really well. I feel that he's playing the best on the other team. He has a really good army and good eco going.
That's 24 crossbows that he has.
Yes, and he's going for fast ballistics as well. Like he has taken university. Let's see. So Bomber cannot make another TC, right? Because he doesn't have
he does not
stone.
have the stone. Exactly.
Yeah. So I think let's see what can we expect from Bomber here. I don't know. He's gone for crossbow, and he already
Yeah. So Bomber has the crossbow as well with Bodkin.
and Botkin. Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much the same upgrades for Bomberman and Waldy.
Yeah, I think at this point, Baldy should just wait for his ballistics to come in,
But
right?
I mean, on the other side, we've got Attila and Doomster both trying to get into root space, which they have succeeded with now. So
Yes. Wait, what the heck? Wait, where is the Berbers player? Wait, what? The Berbers player went for... this is really bad. This fight in Root's base is really bad because
Yes,
those are
yes.
+2 knights.
yes.
They're going to fight under TC if it need come. And
And I mean, not
Yeah.
only
So
that, but Attila with, I think that's 25 archers over here, Vietnamese archers versus, okay, now we have Root getting the crossbow upgrade, and we have a defensive castle coming here as well from Root.
yeah, that's
But I don't,
interesting castle, I
yeah,
would
I mean,
say.
I don't like the
I don't
castle
agree
personally.
with it. Yeah, I don't agree with its position, but yeah, knowing that your pocket is here with you and the pocket is Berbers. Wait, the Berbers guy has still not taken +2, is it?
Uh,
Ah, I see, I see. The +2 is on the way now. Okay.
and
I think Root should stay back. He should not take this fight. First
uh,
of all, it's uphill.
yeah, and meanwhile on the other side, we've got Wardy. Okay, so Wardy is placing, I believe, a second TC. Yeah, that's a second TC, and Bomberman is heading. Okay, so okay, there's pretty much a stalemate over
Wait,
there. Nothing else
what
going
what
on.
happened to Waldy's army? He had a lot of army, right? He lost all the army. Damn.
Uh, Wait, Wardy? No, no, he has some army, right? He's got these 18 crossbows over here, and he's
Yeah, but
building
he
this.
had those 20. He
Yeah, so
had
he
those
lost quite
24
a few
before,
over there.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now Doomsday is coming towards Waldy's side.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah.
don't think they've noticed the castle yet. Okay, Bomberman has. So I mean the castle will of course go up for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean these are for the upgraded knights now, so that shouldn't be an issue for
Right.
Doomster anyway.
Yeah,
But
those archers are going to get caught.
yeah,
Yeah.
Wardy will
Yeah.
end up losing a few archers
Yes,
over
this
here.
is like I think this is really like a bad play for Waldy. Like, yeah, look at his archers, right? They're just coming out. He's
Yes,
not changed
yes,
the rally
yes.
point.
He needs to do that. And a skirmisher coming out. That's interesting. Might have been a misclick. I don't
Also,
know.
he has not. Okay, he has now added additional range.
Ooh,
I
by the
don't know
way,
why he's not. Yeah.
no, no, I'm talking about the other side because I think Wardy will end up losing both his ranges. That is what's
Yes.
going to happen. On the
Yeah.
other side, by the way, we've got Attila and Doomster is gathering some knights over there on the other side as well, on Root side, I
Yep.
mean.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think it's basically a situation where the pocket is not able to support both the sides. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
for
Exactly.
KS1. Because for
Yes. Yes.
Agent,
Yes.
we've got Doomster who's pretty much on both the sides, and he's giving some extremely good support.
Thing is, agent is dictating all the fights, right?
Exactly.
Like agent is making sure that they will fight where they'll fight where they want to fight, and I
Yes,
think
yes.
that's the biggest difference,
And
right?
I mean, not only that, the fact that you've got the pocket AK-47 is sort of completely out of place with his knights over here.
Yeah.
So I mean, Bomberman
And now
lost quite a few
Attila is
crossbows.
pushing. Yes, yes, yes. Attila is now pushing. Yeah, this is. I
Yeah.
mean, now I think that castle does make sense because it protects a lot of eco, and obviously Attila is not paying attention, and his crossbows are yeah.
But I mean,
But yeah, that's a lot of army by a Doomster.
yes. So as
Compared,
you,
I guess yeah. So Berber's player actually has more army, but the difference is in the position, right? Like
yeah.
first of all, Waldy is hit. Waldy's eco was hit by some bit, and like the positional play by the other team is
Oh,
really bad.
but we've got AK-47 inside Bomberman's base. He's got some knights, some scouts I can see here, and
Yeah, yes, yes,
I mean
yes. And they are
Bomberman.
in a really
Oh,
bad position. Oh, they got exactly. They can get trapped, man. Like
yeah.
that's not a. He should definitely run with them in open spaces and raid.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
some nice, actually, opportunistic trials of raiding here. Of course, it didn't happen, but if it had, it could have, just sort of changed the game completely over here.
Yeah.
Because Bomberman, I mean, he's got some crossbows over here, but unless they are in a choke point, these knights can easily take them.
Right, right,
And
right. Yeah.
Doomster's pulling back. Anybody going for Imperial? Uh, Wardy, okay, he does not have the gold. Doomster might be able to in a while.
Right, right.
I wonder if he has the buildings required. So no siege, no university, no monastery yet.
I mean, this is 34th minute. Usually at this time, people click up. Like Pocket should click up by now.
Hmm.
I mean, Doomsday is floating a lot of resources, right? He has like
And
1400, 1200 food. Yeah.
Root will again lose quite a lot of his crossbows. Nice. I mean, he's got a nice choke point route, obviously. So bunch of knights go down, but yeah. And I mean, again, there's this thing here where AK-47 is sort of trying to enter, is unable to enter, and is just heading back. Now, why is he not going inside Atila's base?
Yeah, this is, he can,
Okay.
this is a really, I think this is a bad, like, misplay. Oh, now he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
So
see
he
if,
is now finally, and I mean those
and he
knights.
should go under the TC, right? He has +2.
Exactly. I mean,
Hmm.
just go kill the TCs, get the
Yeah.
flanks to, send any sort of support that they can. But at least you've
Yep,
got
yep.
Attila who might die here. Let's see.
The army numbers are really good for AKTG here. Like, he has way more army than Doomster.
But
But I think Doomster
no,
should.
no.
Oh, Doomster still not clicked up.
But no,
He's
no.
making
Here's
a
the thing.
university now, but
AK-47 could have taken at least one of Attila's TCs. Because the
yep,
crossbow army from Attila came quite late. And
yes.
meanwhile, on the other side, holy shit, we've got Waldy with a bunch of military here, by the way. That's
Yes, and
53
forward
crossbows.
siege as well.
And forward
Yeah,
siege, yes.
yeah.
And does he have obsidian arrows?
Maybe he does actually.
Yes, he
I
does.
think he does.
Yes, yes, most definitely. I mean, look at
Yes.
the tower go down, man.
Yep, yeah. Yes, I think Root, Waldy, and AFC, they really look in a solid position
Yes, yes, most definitely.
compared to
So
Agent.
Bomberman also has 42 crossbows. So I mean, not a massive difference over here. And looking at the pocket military, so we've got AK-47 with 36 knights compared to 28 for Doomster. But then Doomster's just clicked up to Imperial, by the way. So
Is Doomster on stone? Yeah, he is on stone, right? So once he makes the castle, he will get the special tech of 40%, right?
Chivalry, yes.
Yep, yeah.
Second caster's voice is clipping. I mean, it's fine for me. So might be something with the Twitch stream itself, I believe, because I can hear your voice.
Sure. Right, yeah.
Still, let me just pause the game for a second. I will check on my side if there is anything.
Yes. Also, there is a massive will difference, like between the pockets. Doomster is on 116 wills, whereas the AFC is on 96 wills. I think it's because of the fact that he did not put 3 TCs right away, whereas Doomster did put 3 TCs and 2 stables. So
I believe it might have improved now. Your voice was actually quite loud, so I just reduced it a bit.
Is it fine now?
Yeah, you don't have to change anything. I changed it on my side, so
I
it's
see.
fine.
Okay. Yep.
And
What minute are you on now?
I am at 38 minutes 43 seconds.
Okay. Let me catch up. I'm on 38:30.
Okay, it's too low now. So
Yeah. Right, I'm there now. So yeah. Player 2 and player 3 have also clicked up. So player 2 is Bomber and player 3 is the other pocket. I see.
Attila, yes.
Yes.
I have increased it, so I believe should be better now.
Yep.
Now it's completely messed up.
See, I feel that a big problem in this game has been that Waldy has been taking fights alone, right? Even with
Yes,
Obsidian, he
yes.
should ask his pocket.
Yes, that.
Like, I think this.
And I mean, we've got Walty who's made this nice secret town center over here. But
Very risky, I must say.
yeah.
I mean, he could have made a TC behind his castle, right? Where there is
yeah,
gold and wood.
And okay, so looking at the military numbers, Agent with a clear lead, 50 more military at this point, 132 to 80. Right, the villager numbers are actually quite similar. We've got
See,
Agent
that's
at
because Root,
276.
I think, lost his military.
Yeah, he just lost
Like,
his
if you-
military, yes.
Yeah, Root has 2 military and Waldy. Also, I don't think has much military, right? He
Yeah.
has how much? 32. Yeah, at this point, 32 is really low.
Yeah, and okay,
Considering
Waldy-
that he has some skirms in his military. Yeah.
But I mean, Waldy is putting up that defensive castle over there, which does not protect a lot. At least not at this point. I mean, it's just 3 farms and maybe some lumberjacks over there.
Yeah, he should have put that castle in his base.
Yes.
Considering that the other pocket is up already.
Yeah. So I mean, he could have put it between his back gourd and stone, which would have protected
Can
his
you
farms as well.
is Waldy here in the chat? He should open his queue right now. He is researching elite storms and a lot of skirmishers. I don't understand why. Maybe you know that the forward pocket is already up to like he has cavaliers already, right? It doesn't make sense
Yeah.
for him to make storm.
Okay.
He
So
should rather just go up with that food.
we've got Doomster, who's already got Cavalier. We've got AK-47 is researching both Cavalier and heavy camels. So that is pretty interesting.
Doomster is actually making light cav. I don't agree with this play.
Yeah, Frank Light Cav.
Because he has I mean, see, look at his queue, right? He has 1,000 gold and he has some 80 food.
Yeah.
He can cancel all those light caps and just go for paladin, right?
Exactly, yeah. Which is what makes more sense, right? Just get to Paladin
Yep.
and just wreck TCs at that point.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, at this point, usually, yeah.
And
But
right, do we see any trebs coming out yet? I actually don't see any trebs yet, surprisingly. Okay, so no trebs, but Doomster's throwing away some of his cavaliers to Castle Fire, and fair enough, just decides to pull
yeah,
back.
and the Berber player has heavy camel and cavaliers, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I mean, Doomster has completely shut down Root's economy. And we've got a forward castle coming from Attila as well.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I think it's GG.
yeah, it's pretty close to GG. I think we'll see this final fight over here.
Interestingly, Bomber has actually now sent tribute to Doomster. It's interesting.
And
Yeah, I
we've
mean,
got
doesn't really make
we've
good.
got a 45-minute ballistics from Bomberman as well.
Yeah, it is. I think overall the quality of game could have been much better.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, fair enough. We still got a pretty close game over here. It's the sort of misplays that we saw here, they were mirrored on both sides, so it did not make that big of a difference, right?
Yeah. I feel
And fair enough, we've got. So AK has got fully upgraded Cavaliers at this point. He's not going for Paladins yet. Does not have the gold actually. So yeah, fair enough.
Wait. He doesn't get paladins. He's Berbers.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think Root is pretty much dead at this point. He's at just 40 villagers. So he's pretty much close to a GG here. And I mean, whatever villagers that he has, I think just sitting inside castles or town centers at this point.
Yes. I feel that if KS1 had been more active with their military, if they would have raided Doomster when their pocket had way more army than Doomster, they would have a really good chance. Considering that you already know that the other pocket is on 3 TCs, you should definitely make, like, you know that he's going to reach Imperial before you. But you have more army, right? So you should make use of it. Especially when you know that you have camels as well. Makes a lot of sense.
Definitely, yeah. Although we do see some form of defense here from Root again. So he's got these two trebs out and they're trapping Attila's castle at this point, the forward one.
Yep. Yeah. But Root is just not making military, right?
Yeah. I mean,
he has no numbers to make military.
He's got 38 villagers and 7 military.
Yeah. And the paladins are still raiding him.
Yeah.
I don't think he has conveyed to his pocket that the paladins are. Now finally he conveys it. Okay.
But I mean, yeah, this is pretty much GG at this point. There's 100 villager difference. There's close to 100 military difference as well now. So yeah.
Right.
I mean, man, just look at the swarm of light cap that are coming out of Doomster's base. And how many of them are just dying to that castle fire?
Yeah.
If you see Waldy's castle.
It's interesting, right? Like you can see that like by now, I think agent one advice would be that they should set up their trade by now. Because I think apart from that, they've been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Like for Doomster should ideally he should just be making paladins, right?
Yes.
And for that gold, I think they can set up trade. Like it's already the 50th minute mark.
And
Hmm.
one more thing, if I may add, Attila needs to put more villagers. I mean, make more villagers. He's got just 75, 76 right now. And
Yeah, and his castle is also being trapped.
yes.
Hmm.
So, I mean,
And he's
it.
making stables. I'm not sure why.
Uh, I mean, Vietnamese do get their bloodlines, right? So they can.
Do
Maybe he wants to
Vietnamese
go
get?
for elephants. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure Vietnamese get bloodlines. Oh, actually they do. Interesting.
Yeah, they do.
Yes,
And they
yes,
get
yes.
elephants. So
Yeah. But
let's
they
see.
have a special tech, right? Some plus 50 HP.
Yes. I think
Siege Ram is out for Bomberman, and yeah.
Chatras
Yeah,
also
this
play
is
its
pretty
part.
GG. I think we can just fast forward this, right? This
Uh,
is GG.
Man, this is Doomster's game. You think he'll agree with fast forwarding his game?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I know what's going on. You are in a hurry, so you want to get this game over with. But oh, okay, Doomster's in the chat. He's saying yes. I mean, he's fine with fast forwarding.
I knew this was over. No need for market. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah. Really, for all the practical reasons, it's over. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And oh, we've got a couple of siege rams as well from Bomberman here.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I don't think they did any damage.
I mean, I think they took out some TC or two, I guess.
Okay.
I did see him taking out a TC from Worldy. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think it
exactly.
was overall. Yeah, I think it was overall like a good game for Agent, but yeah.
And GG's, guys. So that's game one for Team Agent. Let me just load up the scoreboard for the other overlay as well.
Not as much fun for viewers if you skip to results. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, let's just take a look at the stats. And we've got Doomster with the best KD. Attila surprisingly with a negative KD here, 78 to 91. But I mean the military numbers were there, right? So it didn't make that much
Yes,
of a
Root
difference.
only had 29.
Yes,
Root only has.
and Root had a much worse KD, 89 to 225. So yeah, I mean fair enough. Bomberman with 18 buildings raised. So I think yeah, I missed some of the action by the siege rams.
Right.
And eco numbers, technology-wise, Doom's the fastest to pretty much all the ages. Yeah, so that's
Yes,
39 minute imp. And finally, villagers as well. So Doomster, I believe, is the MVP over here. And
Yeah.
GG's, guys. And I guess we can just go on to game two. So I'll load it up. I have paused at 2 seconds. So let me know once you're ready.
This is the Serengeti, right?
Yes, this is Serengeti. So
1 second. You have paused? Yeah, okay. I'm at the 2 second mark.
yeah, so let's unpause in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so we have Bomberman who's playing as the Hunts, Doomster
Pocket. Interesting.
Pocket as wait, what? Doomster's not the Pocket.
Yes.
Doomster's the flank.
No, yes.
Yeah, so Doomster's the flank playing as the Koreans. We've got Bomberman who's playing as the Hunts Pocket, and finally we have Attila Chewingham who's playing as the Mongol flank again. And meanwhile, on the other side, we've got Root playing as the Aztecs. The Pocket is AK-47 playing as the Lithuanians, and the other flank is Wardy playing as the Vikings. Right, so this is Serengeti, a map that I personally absolutely hate because
Why,
of
man? Because you can't wall?
yes, exactly. Because
Yeah.
it gives you the illusion that you can wall, but when you actually try to do that, you end up just
See, okay. Let me interrupt you here. Now we should look very closely to this gameplay by Doomster.
Okay.
He's Koreans, which means his will has a higher line of sight, and he's sending a will forward, right? And I think this should be fun. Like this is something that we all love. Yeah, let's see what Doomster does with this.
And I mean, the guy is pushing deer or ostriches, and he's sending a will forward without any sort of scouting.
Yeah, that's okay.
So
Because
yeah, I
at
mean,
this time, no one expects these. Yeah, he's just going to kill all the hunt. I would like if the Will had loom, but yeah. Does his opponent see all this, by
Oh,
the way? Let's see.
he'll take a couple of sheep as well.
Yeah. Oh, the opponent does not see this because the opponent has still not scouted his hunt, right? Waldy doesn't know where his hunt is.
Yeah.
Yes, so he has actually killed all his hunt and taken 2
Man,
sheep.
that
Also, in this game, hunt is really important because there is only one.
yes, there's only one wild
Opponent.
boar or elephant or whatever.
Yeah, one elephant.
So, and okay, now let's switch
So
to
one
Wardy's
Snoopy
POV.
guy do. Yeah. Waldy still doesn't know anything, right?
He's got a
He
scout.
has still not seen.
Yes.
Does he see the villager? That's the question. Now he should.
He
Yeah.
should, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it's crossing. Oh my god. If he doesn't see this will, then I don't know. Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah, he does.
Yep,
He
he
just
does.
pinged, yeah.
He does.
So,
Yes. And this will does not have loom, which is really bad for Doomster.
and
So Waldy's, yeah, okay.
I mean, Wardy can see that his ostriches are being lamed right now, and
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
oh, Doomster now decides to collect some of it. Okay, fair enough. I mean, yeah, that Will has done quite a lot.
Yep.
And quick walling.
Nope,
Rest in
that's
peace.
not going to happen today, sir. So,
But I mean, yeah, the guy did quite a lot of work. He got
yep.
but wait, did the extra sheep actually reach Doomster's base? Okay. Yeah, because I mean, Wardy's scout has
He
been.
still has not. See, the thing is, he has not found 2 of his own sheep, but he has found those 2 extra sheep, right?
Yeah, wait, let me just. So Doomster, oh no, he's found them now, right? The ones that are heading towards his base, those are his own sheep or not?
No, the ones
Oh, okay,
to the
yeah,
right.
yeah, I see the other two.
Just to the right.
Yes.
Yes, and will Doomster lose one more will?
Actually, if he had kept attacking, he might not have lost a will over here, I think he will. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's really bad. So now Doomster is already 2 wills down.
Yes, Doomster's 2 wills down, and we've
What's
got.
happening on the other side? I see there was some laming attempt, I
Oh,
guess.
oh man.
Because scouts for
Doomster,
Attila and scouts for Root are both hit pretty hard. So sorry,
Yeah.
please go on.
No, I'm saying Doomster is just not able to complete his barracks, and I mean the fact that he
Yep,
hasn't
yep,
got
yep.
loom yet.
Yeah, and he is actually planning to do a rush, right? Because he has collected that 10 gold.
Yes.
Yeah, yep. That's this is really late for. I think if your barracks is denied, it's really difficult for you to like rush.
And
Also,
okay.
Doomster still does not know where his 2 sheeps are.
Oh, I mean that's unfortunate, right? It's in that small gap that he hasn't
Yes.
scouted.
Yep. He's pushing ostrich now, so that's okay.
I mean, in all of this action, somehow his scout has not lost any health, so that's nice.
Yes.
But then ostrich is being a complete
Also,
bastard.
I would like to point out Waldy. Waldy has no food. I don't think he's going to go up anytime soon because of all the lame that
Yes.
Doomster did. Like, yeah.
So okay, we've got Bomberman.
Maybe he'll.
Sorry.
Sorry, please go on.
No, I'm saying Attila and Bomberman have already clicked up, right? And somebody's dog was barking, it seems. A dog was barking at Garden. Yeah, in the chat, I mean. Root was AFK, okay. So, yeah, I think we've... okay, Root is coming forward with Man-at-Arms, I suppose. But, I mean, we've got...
It's sad.
Sorry?
Root, I don't think is. I think it's Doomster, right? Who's
No,
coming forward with
Root
Rush.
already has a couple of militia right outside Attila's base right now.
I see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next to the wood line. And I mean, apart from that, yeah, nobody else. Wait. Even Doomster has. Okay,
Doomster is doing Rush.
Yeah.
Yep. For people who are watching this stream, this is not a very good time to rush, by the way. I think that's because his barracks got denied, so I think yeah, it makes sense. Yes, because at the mark that he is coming, people usually have like an archer or two out, right?
Yeah.
People who go for straight archers as well, yeah.
Man, look at
But
Attila's balls here. Like the guy is just holy shit. And I mean, a couple of very pretty interesting trushes here. So Doomster's trush reaches at 11 minutes and 40 seconds and runs straight into the TC. Luckily, Baldy did not have enough villagers. And on the other side, we had who's this? Right, Root. So Root initially sent two militias forward, and then a third one came in. So yeah, a 12-minute rush. Nice.
taking man at arms upgrade, thank God he's yeah. Maybe he should. I'm not sure. If he knows that he's going to make something out of this attack, he should take man at arms or not.
What time are you at?
I'm at 32.
Sorry, 12:32.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay, Root loses his militias, or at least one militia, yeah.
Also, a bomber is in his base. Bomber is inside Waldy's wood line with his scouts.
Wait.
Waldy has actually lost a villager, which makes it 2 wills lost, I think, and 3 wills. Yeah, so Waldy has actually
Man,
lost
but
3 wills. I
just
think.
look at Doomster's militia, by the way. So they were just standing. Okay, but I mean, yeah, nothing else.
Yeah, he's trying to make something out of them. Yeah. And the pocket is on to Doomster, and he has killed like a will from Doomster.
And Root.
Oh, pocket is actually all on Doomster, right? He has 4 scouts out. Oh, total the pocket has 7 scouts actually. That's interesting. He has a lot of military.
6 scouts actually. So that's 6 scouts plus 1 spear. And Doomster.
I see. He has a spear. Okay.
So Doomster meanwhile has just 1 spear over here defending his base.
Yep.
Or 2 actually. It seems that okay. There's one next to the wood line, one next to the gold. Fair enough. And yeah, so this time it's AK-47 who's taken the worst fight in the scout wars. But I mean, he's got quite a few of them out, right? He's got 5 scouts.
Yeah, but I think Bomber has more, right? Bomber has like 7 military.
Bomber has 5 scouts, and so does AK-47. Now, I mean, AK-47 is losing his scouts, but the numbers are actually pretty similar.
Yes, by a slight margin, AK is behind. So yeah.
Man, Root is being a complete pest over here. I don't know why he's not going inside this wood line of Attila's.
Wood line, yeah. I realize the Mongols player, he has not pushed his ostrich also, I'm not sure. I think Mongols player should definitely prioritize pushing all the hunt that he can.
And we've already got Root out with, I think that's 4 archers. Yeah, so that's 4 archers.
But no fletching
no
yet.
upgrades yet, definitely.
Yep,
so that's 4 versus 4, I think.
Sorry?
Attila has 4 archers and Root has 4 archers. So that's basically 4 versus 4 with neither of the archers being... Okay, Root has fletching now. Attila
finally.
does not. Yeah, Attila does not. But I mean, yeah, these 4 archers will just go down to Bomberman scouts. So...
Yep.
And... Doomster still got his couple of militia in the back of Wardy's base. Just chilling inside that wood line over there. And some nice military control here by Bomberman. Not getting hit by the spear that is coming forward. So that's as I say that he uses his scout. Exactly.
Man.
Jay?
Okay, so at this point, I mean, these guys are in a nice choke point here. So Bomberman needs to just pull back, not engage with those archers. But
what is happening with Lithuanian guys' scouts? They all died or what?
No, he still got 4. So
yeah, but where are they?
They are actually right next to Attila's base. Just, I think they are going back towards Root.
I think the amount of indecision in KS1's play, right? Like
Yes.
if their army is forward, they should use it there.
Yeah.
Like create panic in
I
opponent's
mean, we
base
saw
rather
this in
than
the
just
previous
coming
game
back
as well,
every.
right? Where
Yeah. Yes.
like his
I feel like
military.
they have been really good with the build orders and everything, but because of this one issue,
Yeah.
they take fights separately and agent takes fight together,
Yeah.
which I think is the defining issue in this entire game.
Exactly. Yeah. So usually what happens is that AK-47 is sending his military to put out some sort of a fire that is already in one of his teammates' base.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. It's
So
never creating a fire in
yeah,
anyone's base.
exactly. I mean, in the previous game itself, we saw, right, where AK-47 had a bunch of knights. He could have gone inside Attila's base and completely whacked him, but instead, I think
Yeah.
he just had to run because he did not
Think
have
of
any
it
sort
like
of archer support.
see, Attila has archers and Root already has a few scums out,
Hmm.
which are enough to defend against these archers, right? So you might as well not come back and save Root because he'll be fine.
Yeah. And okay, so Doomster, I think is fully walled at this point, is he? Maybe. Okay, no cap on this side.
Very difficult to figure out if people are mapped on
Yeah.
the or balled on this map.
But okay, so Doomster has not clicked up yet. Attila has, and Bomberman is just about to. I mean, sorry, Bomberman is already in Castle Age.
Bomberman is there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just about to get his. I think this is +2 upgrade, right? So,
Yes.
and
He's
yeah,
going double stable and let's see. He's adding one TC. I think we should go like three TCs, two stables is really like how usually people play.
yeah.
Let's
And,
see. He's getting +2 now, which is good.
but I mean,
And
Bomberman is
Doomster,
extremely late to Castle Age here.
yes, yeah,
Sorry,
Doomster
not
is
sorry, not Bomb. If I said Bomberman, I meant Doomster. So yeah, Doomster is extremely late.
yeah. I mean, considering that he did rush into archers, I
Yes.
think he should have been up by now. But yeah, I don't know. But I guess he won't let Waldy also go up because I think Doomster has killed a few here. His KD is 26 to 16.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's see.
And okay, so Doomstar does have some military here. If you're looking at the
Doomster has
numbers,
800 food also. I think he can
yeah,
just cancel a few archers
he just
and go.
he just needs the gold. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and he just clicks up.
Yeah, he did exactly what we expected him to do. That's good.
So we have AK-47 with +1/+1 knights. Compare that to Bomberman, whose knights have I mean, they've both the armors, but no attack upgrades, and they're already inside Wardy's base. So, and I mean, Wardy, as we can see here, has not even thought of, walling his base. I mean, some of his front is walled, but apart from that, it's completely open. So,
Yeah. Waldy is, I think, is really behind. Like even in will numbers,
yeah.
he only has 38 wills.
Actually, so does the pocket. So,
How does the pocket? Yeah, that should ideally, I guess not. I'm not sure. It should not happen, right?
yeah, exactly. Because the other pocket, the Bomberman is at 52 wills right now. So
Yes,
there's a
and but
massive
Bomber is on
difference.
3 TCs, right? So, but
Yeah.
even if you discount, maybe there should be a 5-6 will difference. This is a lot more than that.
And okay, so we have Doomster just about to reach the Castle Age. So is Wardy for that matter. So they should be up to Castle Age at a pretty similar time. But if you're looking at the military numbers here, so Wardy is at, I think that's 14 military or 10 archers. Compare that to Doomster, who's got 21 archers.
Yes, so Doomstar has just been massing archers all this time, right?
And
Because he knows he's up, so he will only go out once he has all the upgrades.
yeah, and
I
this
think this is
is
still really late time, right? Considering that his castle age,
definitely, yeah.
but
26, 27 minute
27
Castle
minutes.
Age is extremely late. And I mean, see, this is the thing that I usually know Doomster for. So, making like 20, 30 crossbows and just coming inside and wrecking your base. So he is about to do that, I suppose. Because on the other side, we've got Attila, who is, I mean, I don't know what he's doing at this point. Attila
He's
is,
sending one
Yeah.
one crossbow ahead. I can see that. I don't know why.
And I mean, they are not even masked up together. Like you have these two
Yeah.
crossbows standing in the middle over here. You've got these three attacking a blacksmith. One is going on the other side. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And Root has actually shifted to Eagles, but he is heavily walled, and I don't think he's doing anything about it, which is really bad.
Oh, okay.
And Root now finally realizes and starts taking houses.
Yeah. But I mean, Attila needs to just go forward at this point, man. Because he has the military. It's not that he doesn't have any military here. And okay, on the other side, Wardy, yeah. Wardy is just 14 crossbows compared to Doomstar's 30.
This actually already, I think this looks over, pretty over by now.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, close to over. If the pocket can come and do something about this, we can still have a game out of it. I mean, these are fully
Pocket is
upgraded
outnumbered
knights.
by, yeah, Pocket is anyways outnumbered by Bomber, right? The other Pocket, so AK has lesser army. Does AK have, okay, so
AK has one more
relic.
attack upgrade.
Yeah. He doesn't, so he has a relic.
Right. Sorry, he has a relic, and
I think the economic damage that Waldy is going to take now will be severe.
And I don't think Doomster's lost any crossbows here. He might have lost maybe one or two, but yeah. Overall, it's just, better military control.
Yeah, if those knights had directly pounced on Doomster, it would have been better, but yeah, they have not.
And now, yeah, so I think he lost one crossbow over here. That's it.
So Bomber taking all the heat.
Bomberman
That's good.
playing as a nice meat shield over there, and I think they are now going towards the pocket. So we've got AK-47 being attacked. He's got just 10 knights actually, and I don't think they are inside. Yeah, so he's just having to pull back his military. Now, which means, of course, that I think Doomster will have a bunch of time alone to, just try and wreck Wardy completely.
Yeah. Also, the villagers number are uniformly more for the agent team.
Yes.
Compared to KS1,
I mean,
which I think is not good because
90 more villagers for agent actually.
Yeah, that's
And
sends his Eagle Warriors, which is good.
I think Wardy wants to drop a castle at some point. Unfortunately, he's got 20 on stone right now.
Yep.
But I mean, this makes no sense because Wardy is with just, I mean, 3 crossbows, 4 skirmishers, and 32 villagers. So it's, I mean, pretty much a repeat of the first game where Wardy was not able to, hold back the onslaught that he had inside his base, and yeah.
Wardy played as the Chinese in the last game, right?
Yeah. And, I mean, on the other, I mean, as a pocket player is, I mean, one of his TCs is completely idle. He's got hardly any military, just 2 knights. And okay, Doomster is now entering from the other side. So, yeah, Doomster should be able to finish off the pocket completely now because we've got all 3 players over there.
Yes.
Although surprisingly, we have
the entire economy.
Yeah, but then Bomberman and Attila have some idle military just chilling inside or just outside Attila's base. So they need to move that as well.
Yeah, no. I think they were trying to clear the Eagle raid, which came in. There was an Eagle raid by the Aztec player, right? So,
okay.
The numbers, I think, do indicate that it's pretty. It's heavily favored towards the agent team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, more than 100 more villagers. We have a 35-minute wheelbarrow from Bomberman. So, Bomberman, if you're in the chat, please get your secondary upgrades, if I can call them. Wheelbarrow, ballistic.
You are the pocket man. Fuck's sake, your farmers do need that, and you're not even Khmer, so you definitely need wheelbarrow with so many farms.
Yes. I mean, at this point,
I guess
you usually, think about getting hand cart if you
at
haven't.
this point you have hand card as well.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, if you
at
haven't,
31st
you should be
minute
thinking
you
about getting
will
hand
increase
cart.
a lot of things. Yeah.
But I mean, this is pretty close to a GG. Doomster is also clicked up to Imperial, by the way. So,
Yep.
although I don't understand why Bomberman is sending his knights inside Attila's base. He should be just sending. Okay, yeah, there we go. So that's the GG.
Yes, that's the GG.
And that means this is a 2-0 between Agent and KS1. And unfortunately for us, that means KS1 is out of the tournament. We
Right.
hope you guys had fun, and if if there are any more tournaments coming up, we would love if your teams could join them. So, I mean, they are entering as
Yep.
two teams, right? KS1 and KS2. And coincidentally, the
I see.
second game is KS2 versus
I see.
versus Holy Gun. So we'll be casting that next. I believe you have some work, so you'll be heading out, right?
Yes. Yep.
So
Okay.
thanks for co-casting, man. It was a lot of fun.
Thank
And
you.
yeah,
Thanks, guys.
see
Thank
you,
you,
man.
everyone.
Bye.
All right. See you. Bye bye.
See you, man. Bye. Okay, so let's just go to the stats now, and let me just update the scoreboard as well. Okay, so we have Doomster again coming up at the top with the most kills, 105 to 22 deaths, and the largest military. Eco numbers, I mean, pretty understandable considering Bomberman was a pocket, so he has the most food. AK-47 for some reason had quite a lot less food compared to Bomberman, so yeah. And technology-wise, nobody, of course, getting to him. Doomsday, I believe, was the only one who actually clicked up, so there is that. And yeah, society numbers. Yeah, I mean, you can just see the difference in the pockets. So we've got AK-47 at just 53 villagers compared to 117 for Bomberman. And the flanks, we have 90 and 70 on one side and 45 and 66 on the other. So yeah, I mean, just, overall a better play from Agent. And yeah, wish them luck into the next round. And what I'll do now is, oops. Yeah, so what I'll do now is we can just update the user brackets here. Give me a second. Moti, what does Kazenga Sanda one mean? I personally have no idea. Sanda, maybe it means team, so Kazenga team 1 and team 2, I suppose. Although I'm not sure. So if anybody in the chat knows the answer, please just correct me. So yeah, this is what the loser bracket looks like now. We have Agent who will be going up against Supremacy. For the next set, which would have been team name versus Blitzkrieg, of course, team name pulled out. So Blitzkrieg gets a bye into loser round 2, and the next set that we'll be watching now is Holy Guns versus KS2. So let me just go ahead and announce their home maps. Okay, so Holy Guns has picked Team Islands, Hideout, and Oasis. I don't know why you guys have 3 home maps. I believe it should be just 2. But anyway, so it's Team Islands, Hideout, and Oasis for Holy Guns. And for KS2, we have Nomad, Serengeti, and Golden Pit. And let's just go through the Civ draft as well. So yeah, there we go. So we have Zeus representing the Holy Guns on the left, and on the right we have Abhishek who is representing KS2. And here's the Civ draft. So we've got Persians and Cumans being banned by Holy Guns, and on the other side we've got Saracens and Franks being banned. Wow, this is extremely interesting. I think this is the first time I've personally seen Franks being banned in any of the Civ drafts. So the actual Civ pick should be pretty interesting now. We've got Koreans, Berbers, and Vikings for KS2. On the other side, we have Magyars, Mayans, and Ethiopians. So a couple of extremely good archer civs here for Holy Guns, and Magyars being what they are. Yeah, so those are some pretty good civs. On the other side, now we've got Britons, Teutons, and Lithuanians. So in these 3, I would definitely put Britons, Teutons, and Lithuanians over Khmer, Vietnamese, and Spanish. But then, I mean, they've got Hideout, right? So Spanish does sort of make sense on Hideout, Oasis, whatever. But it depends, right? We've had a couple of games where we had Teutons against the Spanish, and Teutons absolutely just manhandle the Spanish. So it should be interesting to see. And the final three for KS1 are Aztecs, Chinese, and Mongols. And meanwhile, for Hooligans, we've got Portuguese, Malians, and Italians. So a couple of nice water sips for these guys. Considering they picked their home map to be Team Islands, makes a lot of sense. But we'll see. Yeah. And I guess we can just go into the game now. So let me load the replay. And I'll just update the overlay as well. So yeah, I guess it's all completely fixed now, and we can go live. So yeah, there we go. So we have Zeus playing as the Mines, pocket I assume. Sorry, flank. We've got Pala who's playing as the pocket, who is Magyars, and finally we have PJ who's playing as the Portuguese. And I mean, surprisingly, these players are actually quite close. I've personally never seen, map generation where all three players are so close to each other. And on the other side, we've got Lazy Libra who's playing as the Britons. The pocket is Wolfpack who's playing as the Berbers. And finally, we have the other flank who is HVZ Driger who's playing as the Vikings. So some nice saves we actually have here. And it should be interesting to see what these guys decide to do. Regarding the maps, so Zeus, man, I mean, this guy has some extremely nice wood lines at the back, a couple of pretty nice wood lines, and his main gold is at the back. But I mean, apart from that, yeah, forget it, even trying to wall this in any shape or form whatsoever without using a bunch of wood. So, I mean, yeah, that's a pretty shitty map for him. His berries are completely exposed as well. For the pocket, we've got Pala, who's forward gold. I mean, this is slightly exposed, I would say, but then it depends on what sort of walls he ends up going for, if he walls, of course. And the berries are pretty nice. He's got a back wood line that I think he can use to wall up to the stone, and maybe, yeah, I think this is the sort of walling that he can do. And finally for PJ, so okay, PJ I think can wall up his front pretty nicely. Maybe wall from the tree line to the forward goal to the other tree line to this, and yeah, so PJ actually has a pretty nice map. On the other side, we've got HBZ Driver playing in the red, and he loses a villager. So yeah, unfortunate. Rest in peace. And so Driver can also wall his front. Maybe use, or rather just wall up slightly away from the main goal so he gets access to that. But I mean, apart from that, this is pretty open. And on the other side, yeah, again, pretty open. So yeah, uh, but I mean, Wolfpack's map is. I mean, this is as shitty as Zeus's map, where the front is completely open, and I mean he's got some nice gold and stone at the back and a nice wood line, but apart from that, yeah, is not only is his front completely open, but the fact that he's got a hill right outside his base. So, I mean, if there is any sort of aggression with archers or whatever, this can be pretty awful for him. And finally, Lazy Ribra, he has a back wood line. I don't know why he's deciding to use the front wood line. And yeah, so I think overall, none of these guys have wallable maps. And okay, so
Shot it.
oh man, so pretty bad. Oh, okay. So thankfully, yeah, the Rhino hadn't gone too far, and in all of this, Zeus manages to lose his scout. So yeah, let's look at the TC idle time. So Wolfpack actually with almost 38 seconds, and he's killing the Rhino using his TC. Good luck to him. And I think Pala might have just been caught uh, unawares with his. Okay, there is a chance Pala will actually end up losing his villager over here. Man, just make a house, man. Oh man. So, we've got one death for HBZ Tiger and we've got one death for Pala. So, one villager loss one villager being lost by both the players here. So, pretty unfortunate. And, right, so we are at 7.5 minutes and Lazy Libra already has a barracks up. So, are we about to see some sort of a drush here? Because Zeus is not being allowed to build up his barracks, but I think, yeah, the barracks will go up eventually. Okay, so Lazy Zebra does have a barracks, but nothing is being queued yet. Let me just check if any gold has been taken. Nothing from here. And okay, he's got 3 on gold over here. So fair enough. But I mean, if he's going for just plain, okay. We finally see the militia being made, but then I think it is a man at arms at this point. And Zeus is going for the same thing, as you can see here. So this will be a man-at-arms from both the players on one side of the flank. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got PJ. Does he even have a barracks up yet? So, oh man, PJ, I think you are in the chat, right? Yeah, I can just see you posted a message here. I don't think these walls can be defended successfully if it ever comes to, any sort of an attack on some edge over here. There's no way you can, try and revolve behind this because your base is completely open, man. And on top of that, the fact that you've placed your barracks here means if there's any aggression inside your base, your own military will have to like walk this much just to get to your villagers or your TC or whatever. So yeah, I mean, ideally you should have just placed it possibly maybe next to the stone or whatever, and just walled to maybe the stone here or maybe even to the berries, I would say. And from there, yeah, to the main gold. And yeah, so this poor guy came out and has already lost more than half his HP. But I mean, Zeus does have some militia forward here. We can say the same thing for Lazy Libra as well. But I mean, Zeus has managed to quick wall this. What about his berries? So I think he can just drop a couple of gates here, and his berry villagers should be completely fine. And these are man-at-arms, no? What I do find surprising here is Zeus does not have any villagers on gold yet. So, I mean, that is extremely late. And meanwhile, you already got Wolfpack who is making his stable. What about Pala? Okay. So, Pala has a stable here. And, yeah, apart from that, yeah, these man-at-arms, I mean, they are being a proper nuisance at this point. I don't think they've got even a single villager kill. Let me just check Lazy Zebras. Yeah, so he hasn't killed any eco yet, or villagers. But, I mean, yeah, at this point, Zeus does not have any gold access. I mean, he can't build a mining camp here, of course. Maybe he can build one here and, just try and quick wall this so that the man-at-arms cannot just come and attack from here. But, yeah, I mean, apart from that, PJ, yeah, seriously, man, you should not be going for such sort of walling because you're spending so much wood, just trying to get the walls up, plus the delay. And okay, we have some scouts here from both the pockets, so just passing, of course. These scouts, and yeah, so unfortunately, these archers from Tiger will go down. And meanwhile, you've got Wolfpack who is already heading forward. So is PJ walled completely by okay, he's not. And meanwhile, what has happened to the man-at-arms? So wait, the man-at-arms are dead already. Okay. And right now we've got Lazy Zebra also with 2 archery ranges and no upgrades yet. And yeah, so these scouts from Pala already inside HPZ Dragon's base, but oh man, yeah, don't take the fight over there. I mean, you get the mobility with the scouts, right? So why the hell would not just run away from these spears? And meanwhile, we have. Oh man. So Wolfpack scouts have managed to get inside Zeus's base. Zeus does manage to finally wall this up, but yeah, that villager has denied the archery range. I don't think Zeus has a single archery range at this point. Yep, he does not. And we have Lazy Zebra moving forward. So, okay. VC gets an archery range up, but I mean, there's a massive difference over here. We've got 7 archers from Lazy Zebra compared to nothing yet for Zeus. And okay, so Zeus does have a blacksmith up, and he's building the second archery range at this point. But on the other side, we have PJ also inside, or rather just outside HVZ Driver's base, and which has forced him to just drop a defensive tower over here. And the scout's still alive, playing with the infantry at this point, I suppose. And yeah, so Zeus, I mean, he has the right idea over here, of course. Just making these house walls or whatever. But the problem is he has 6 wood villagers over here. He's made these extremely awful quick walls, which means now that if even if he manages to like reassign some of these villagers to this wood camp, they won't be able to collect wood because I don't think they can actually. Oh, okay, there is a gap here, but yeah, I mean, it should be extremely inefficient if it gets to that. And yeah, so a bunch of idle villagers here as well. And okay, now man, this could get extremely ugly for Zeus in the next 10-15 seconds because yeah, I mean exactly that quick wall isn't coming up. You should have deleted this wall. Okay, there is a gap here. And I think these couple of villagers were just forsaken to die. So yeah, die they had to make sure that the house wall actually came up. But yeah, I mean beyond that, I mean fair enough. Zeus lost how many villagers is it? 6 villagers that he has lost. Oh man. And yeah, I mean as I was saying, this lumber camp is so fucking awful, man. Just delete these houses. And so Zeus is actually under a lot of pressure here. He's at just 32 villagers and 7 military. And I mean his opponent pocket, the guy is at 41 villagers and he has 24 military. So Lazy Zebra is, I mean, he's just completely outplaying Zeus on this side. On the other side, we've got HBZ Drago who has 21 military, so that's 15 archers. And compare that to the other side, so that's 18 archers for PJ. So I mean that side is pretty close, but yeah, I mean on this side, yeah. I mean, if Zeus cannot stabilize and his pocket is not, uh, I mean, the pocket hasn't even clicked up to Castle Age yet. So, if Pala is not here with his knights soon, there is a chance that Zeus will die completely. Let me just check their resources. So, okay, wait, why has Pala not clicked up yet? Does he not have the buildings? He has the blacksmith. He has the stable as well. So I wonder why he hasn't clicked up yet. Oh man. This. Wait, what? Oh my God, oh my God. I'm so sorry, guys. Pala is already in Castle Age. Yeah. So it's just some noob casting from my side. Extremely sorry about that, but yeah, now we have Zeus who's entering Lazy Zebra's base, and Lazy Zebra actually has more military at this point. That's 25 or 24 archers compared to 15, but then these are crossbows, right? With Bodkin. So yeah, this. I mean, even though Zeus will end up losing all of his crossbows here, the simple factor is that we've got Lazy Zebra with just 16 archers at this point. And okay, but what is Pala doing over here? I mean, he's got villagers inside his TC, completely idle, and he's got his knights. The free attack upgrade is there, but no blacksmith upgrades yet for him. He's building another TC, and yeah, so I mean, it's looking pretty similar at this point. We've got the pocket for KS2 who is just about to reach the castle age, uh, 16, 15 seconds or so. And Zeus, meanwhile, is pressuring Lazy Zebra pretty heavily. But I mean, once these archers get converted to crossbows, and there we go. The Britain's player, of course, has the massive advantage, right? Because of the free extra range in Castle Age and Imperial Age. So yeah, Zeus rightly just moving back, and I mean let's see if he's planning for any sort of okay, he's not going for any sort of an eagle switch yet. He's still making a third archery range, in fact. And let's just take a look at Pala's upgrade. So Pala has one blacksmith upgrade now for his armor. Second, not yet. And on the other side, we have PJ who's getting ballistics, so that's nice. And a big fight going on over here. And unfortunately, HVZ Driver will lose quite a lot of archers. I mean, even if he doesn't lose the archers, which he manages to save right now, but then it's his eco that is about to die. So yeah, I mean, unless the pocket player Wolfpack sends some knights over, this this could be pretty bad for HVZ Driver. And I mean, yeah, there we go. The power of Britons, right? These the extra range is such a massive boost once you get to Castle Age. And honestly, I don't know why Wolfpack is over here. Wolfpack should be inside HVZ Tiger's base, trying to save him because if the market does not go up, which I doubt it will, this can get very ugly, very quickly. And okay, on the other side we've got HVZ trying to raid his wood line, but yeah, luckily this guy PJ has some crossbows inside his own base. And yeah, as I was saying, so yeah, we've got PJ inside HVZ Dragon's base, which means that HVZ does not have access to any gold, and the fact that PJ has ballistics as well. So I expect most of these villagers to die here. And holy shit. So we have HVZ at just 30 villagers at this point. Pretty much dead. No army to speak of either. He's got, I think, 6 archers or... yeah, that's 5 archers and 4 spearmen. So, yeah, this is looking pretty much close to a GG at least on this side. And man, these knights should have been here about 3 minutes ago. So even though these knights will clean up pretty much this entire archer ball, the damage to Driger's base has been pretty epic. And yeah, I think he's just trying to find a choke point right now to try and save his crossbows. But yeah, I mean this is not a nice choke point. He will lose most of his crossbows, all of them rather. And okay. So surprisingly, Wolfpack deciding not to engage with them. Fair enough. But then on the other side, okay, we are about to see a bunch of Zeus's crossbows just running into this. Oh man, and the fact that we've got Lazy Zebra with ballistics, so yeah. And Zeus, I don't think you should ever be taking this fight with Britain crossbows. Even if you have the extra height, it does not matter because he, of course, had a bigger number. That's 24 for him compared to 20 for you. And yeah, I mean, at this point, you should be planning for an eagle switch if you haven't already. Siege will not do anything against Britain crossbows because Britain crossbows outrange mangonels. So yeah, and finally we have Pala coming over here. Pala has, I mean, apart from the initial scouts that he made, not a lot has been done from him. If you just check the eco killed or lost over here, so he has been pretty inactive on that front. But I mean, finally coming in good here. And I think HBZ is just dead at this point. As long as it does not lose his crossbows to this mangonel, which I doubt he will. Yeah, so there we go. And okay, and over here we have Lazy Zebra. So Zeus with a pretty, I mean, Zeus had a pretty awful map for sure. But I mean, he's made it even more awful with his quick walling. So yeah, I mean, surprisingly, no eagle switch yet. If you're looking at the villager numbers, we've got Zeus at 52 villagers, and I mean for his opponent's flank, we've got Lazy Zebra who's at 81 villagers. So Lazy Zebra has a massive eco lead actually, and some nice split micro over there. And I mean, as I was saying, yeah, so the Mangonel cannot do much, but Lazy Zebra loses quite a lot of his crossbows. Yeah, I think he has another ball just chilling inside his base. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, so on the other side, PJ has done, man, this guy has done so much damage here, and yeah, I think his crossbows will finally die over here, but these guys have definitely played their part. Villager numbers are actually pretty similar for both. So we've got KS2 with 203 villagers, compare that to 215 for Holy Guns. Military numbers are also pretty similar. And let's just take a look at the resources to see, if anybody's clicking up or is about to click up. So Lazy Libra can actually click up. He's got the resources. Man, what the heck? PJ is floating 1,000 food, sorry, 1,000 wood, 3,000 food, and 1,100 gold. Holy shit. Wait. So that's two archery range. Man, this, uh, with those resources, you need to have about 6 or 7 archery ranges. I mean, if you want the siege, you can add it, or you can just ask your pocket to, send some knights forward. But yeah, I mean, that is a lot of resource. I wonder why he hasn't clicked up yet. Because, I mean, at this point, the only one who has clicked up is Lazy Zebra. And I mean, Lazy Zebra can take these fights all day long, man. With his Britain crossbows and the fact that he's about to get to him. Uh, yeah, and the fact that he gets the faster archery ranges. So even if the castle comes up, I mean, it threatens the houses and the blacksmith. And fair enough, it denies him 1 gold over here. But I mean, apart from that, I personally do not agree with this castle actually for Zeus because Zeus, the fact that his base is so awful, I feel like he should have placed his castle inside his own base to just make sure that he doesn't get raided. Because I mean, of course, there is always a time and a place for a forward castle. I just feel this is not it. Uh, his castle, and I mean, I might be proven right here in a couple of minutes because he's about to be raided here by Wolfpack. So I wonder why Wolfpack is not doing anything yet. Is he? If Wolfpack is looking for a way in, a hole or whatever, I don't think he needs to do that. These knights can just melt palisades at this point. So yeah. And they can fight under Archer Fire all day long. So yeah, this is just some extremely passive gameplay from Wolfpack. Okay, and Wolfpack has clicked up as well, and on the other side, so has PJ. So I think we'll finally get to see some large military numbers now. With the fact that we've got some, multiple production buildings. Wait, what? PJ still with 3 archery ranges. Man, you've got 1600 wood. You need to have about 8 or 9 archery ranges at this point. So yeah, a shitload of resources being floated, and yeah, the castle. Wait. Where is? Ah, okay, yeah. So Wolfpack is just chilling with his knights over here, and he's about to get to Imperial Age. So yeah. At this point, I don't even know why Lazy Zebra is going for his light cav. He's not raiding. He all he needs to do at this point is just make a shitload of obelisks and go inside. Because considering the fact that Zeus is not an Imperial, and I don't see him getting to Imperial anytime soon because he has just 83 gold and 300 food. So, my simple thing here is if KS2 loses from here, I would call it a throw. Because even though PJ has a massive military, and compared to his side's opponent, HVZ, he's got a massive lead. But the difference here is that we have Wolfpack, who's already reached Imperial, although surprisingly he hasn't queued up Cavalier yet. Okay, he does not have the food. Yeah, so in general, just some massive misplays over here. Not making efficient use of your resources, not assigning villagers to the right buildings or whatever. But yeah, Wolfpack, if you're watching this, man, there's no excuse for you not being able to get to Cavalier before your opponent's flank, which he is doing, by the way. So we have Pala, who's already queued up Cavalier, and he'll get the Cavalier upgrade before you. And yeah, so I think once Pala gets the armor upgrade, he should be able to wreck completely at this point. And PJ with 5 TCs as well. And yeah, so I think HVZ is. The guy managed to boom back from 30 villagers, so it's pretty notable on that front. But yeah, apart from that, HVZ with his massive skirmisher army, so that's 36 skirmishers and 17 pikes, is about to die a very swift death. Yeah, these mangonels, they don't do anything to these obelisks. And yeah. And we get to a stage where we can see onagers as well, so maybe we'll get to see a couple of nice big bada booms. And right, so this fight over here, I guess will define the game because we've got, Zeus is still holding, of course. So even though Zeus has had a pretty shitty base since the start of the game, of course, and his eco is completely idle at this point, he's managing to hold on better than HPZ. So, yeah. And I mean, these crossbows are all dead pretty much anyway. Another tip, if you guys are watching here, Wolfpack, if you want to try and just make sure that these crossbows die, what you do is you put them in a split formation and you right click in front of them, so somewhere over here, and as they are passing, these crossbows just patrol them, which will sort of put them all in the right place properly. And we see some tributes being sent here. I assume a lot of it would be towards HVZ Driver because that poor guy has been pretty much dead now. With just 56 villagers. And I think the story of this game will be the fact that Zeus managed to stay alive while HVZ didn't. Assuming Zeus actually manages to defend against this massive military here. Because Zeus does not even have obelisks, he's not in Imperial Age, he does not have the gold to click up to Imperial right now. And we might see a repeat of what we just saw on the other side. So, might be seeing what happened to HVZ for Zeus as well. And yeah, I mean, let's see. So we have the Paladin upgrade coming in here for Pala. And I mean, at this point, if Hooligan wants to end the game, all they need to do is once Pala gets his Paladin upgrade and his Blacksmith upgrade as well, uh, I think he should just go inside Lazy Libra's base and try and finish off his eco completely. Because I mean, Zeus has been holding on for a while, and it's basically a matter of seeing who dies first, whether HPZ or Zeus. HPZ is getting cleaned up completely as well, and okay, so now we are about to see the. These are Cavaliers, right? So, I mean, as Lochan said in the previous game, Berbers don't have access to Paladin, and Pala is actually defending pretty well over here. Let me just check where Lazy Zebra's army is. So I think Lazy Zebra might have lost quite a lot of his obelisks. And I think another thing that I feel that hasn't been done here is at this point I both the teams need to have the markets up, which they haven't. So yeah. Also, what is surprising is PJ is not sending any sort of resources towards Zeus. Because at this point, all they need to do is make sure Zeus gets to Imperial Age, gets to Obelisk, and the game is over. So we nothing much going on. Zeus building a TC again, and Zeus has clicked up, by the way, so that's nice. Uh, Although what I find surprising is Zeus has. I mean, of course, at this stage, there's no way he can do an eagle switch quickly. But I mean, I still feel the eagle switch should have come in earlier
Tabish.
because I mean he could have saved his entire base getting wrecked. And okay, so we have some food being sent, I think, to Zeus. And yeah, I mean, apart from that, yeah, this game is pretty close to a GG at this point. So Hooligans has slightly more villagers, slightly more army, but I mean, just the fact that we've got Zeus with 40 crossbows. Compare that to 17 obelisks for Lazy Zebra, and the fact that HBZ Drago is completely dead. I mean, with just 27 skirmishers, right? So, yeah. So it should be interesting to see. And okay, so we have Pala who's got lumberjacks here. Man, you guys should be placing markets at this point. Because you have villagers on both the edges, right? So why the hell not just, drop a couple of markets? Make sure you guys have gold income, and yeah, so Zeus gets to Imperial Age. Drago, man, the guy has almost 4,000 gold, but not enough food to click up, and yeah. So, I mean, what is surprising is that Zeus, even though he gets to Imperial Age, so he does not have the resources to queue up, whether it is Bracer, whether it is the final armor upgrade, whether it is Arbalest. So, yeah, I mean, just beg your team for some resources. And yeah, I think that has just happened here. And he has just queued up Halberdiers. Now, why Halberdiers, man? Uh, to counter the light cav, sort of makes sense, but you've got your pocket who's already got to paladin, so there's no reason for you to make halberdiers at this point. I think you should just start massing up abelisks and go forward. And right, so we have some gold being collected here. But I mean, this has been an extremely long game. I genuinely wonder why you guys aren't making any markets. Because I mean, at this point, whoever makes a market will effectively end up winning the game. Nobody is going for a market. Holy shit! And yeah, there we go. So Lazy Zebra just caused the GG at this point. I think, yeah. I mean, in the overall game that we saw, KS2 was ahead for I think most of the game. It's just the fact that Zeus managed to survive long enough, and getting to Imp I think was the big factor in them just winning the game over here. So yeah, I mean, guys, if you guys are watching, please, please, please make markets. You should be thinking about, okay, so we have one market over here, but I assume that's not for trading because I don't see any trade cards on the map. But yeah, I think you guys should, start looking at trade possibly by about 40 minutes. And yeah, going to an hour without any sort of trade, man. So yeah, let me just update the scores here and let's take a look at the stats. So a pretty long game actually, game one, and PJ coming out on top with the best KD, or yeah, so exactly is the best KD, 405 to 177. Shitload of military being produced by both Pala and PJ. And Desi Zebra, man, this guy should have been able to complete the finish of Zeus. I think he was just slightly passive in his play, and yeah, I mean, if the guy had been more aggressive in trying to destroy Zeus, whether it is with siege or calling a pocket to for help, might have been a different game altogether. And yeah, I mean, PJ slinging what is effectively almost like 11,500 resources to Zeus. Technology wise, yeah, so HVZ unfortunately never got to imp. Zeus got to imp at 56 minutes, so a couple of extremely interesting outcomes here. And especially for a Mayans player to get to imp at 56 minutes, holy shit. And the fact that a Vikings player doesn't get to imp, wow. And yeah, so society numbers 75 for HVZ and 91 for Zeus. Apart from that, yeah, so pretty much everybody got to 110, 111 villagers. So yeah, GG's guys. Let me just update this scoreboard as well. So that's 1 for Hooligans and 0 for KS2. We can take a look at game 2. Which is on Nomad, which means that Capture Age will not work. I am extremely sorry, guys. What I'll do is I'll just switch over to the loser bracket, and I will need to restart the game at this point, unfortunately. So yeah, give me a minute. I'll just do that. And by the way, there's another thing that I noticed when I was watching a stream that I had done previously. Is there was some issue with the overlay. So what I'll do is I will let me just make sure that the game loads, and yeah, after that I think I'll just turn off the extra scene design or whatever. So should make for a cleaner interface. So yeah, we have game 2 between Hooligans and KS2. Let me just load it up and pause it for a second. And yeah, I mean, as I said, I will need to fix a couple of things. Yeah, there we go. So I think we can just go live now. And I mean, yeah, this is Nomad, so we'll see a bunch of pinging. But we have Zeus playing as the Malians over here in the blue. We have got
Nothing bad.
Lazy Libra who's playing as the Mongols. We have
Jay?
Wolfpack who's playing as the Aztecs. Surprisingly, all of them close, I mean, spawning pretty close to the edge of the map.
Hey, yeah.
We've got Drago who's playing as the Teutons. Finally, I think who's left now? Wait, I think we haven't covered one player. Yeah, so we have Pala over here who is as the Spanish, and of course everybody's just getting housed. So let me just load up the numbers here. So someone made a dock, of course, and yeah, so Zeus making her dock without a house, and wait, where are his other villagers? Okay, so he's building a TC right next to the water, which, I mean, it makes sense, of course. You can maybe get some shore fishing done or whatever, but ideally, you need to have your town center on this side. Because being on this side, I mean, it effectively means if there's any sort of aggression on the water, your TC is going to be raided constantly. If you know, maybe place any farms or whatever here, it's not safe at all. So PJ is deciding to place his town center here. Unfortunately, with just one villager, and yeah, so I mean, fair enough. He's using a single villager to build his TC, but he's getting a bunch of sheep along with him. We've got Zeus over here. We've got PJ over here, and finally the third player is Pala. So where is Pala? This being Nomad, and with Pala playing as the green, I will have some issues finding a TC, or his TC rather. Wolfpack meanwhile is here playing as the Aztecs. We've got Drago who's already up with his TC, so that's nice. And finally, man, this is an absolute pain in the ass. Okay, yeah, so we have Pala over here in the green, playing as the Spanish, and wait, I believe we are still missing one player. So we've got red here, we've got purple here, and we are missing yellow, and this is yellow, right? We have Lazy Ripra's TC over here. These guys are extremely close actually. We got Zeus here. We have PJ over here. And the treaty has ended, so that's nice. We've got Pala over here. And yeah, I think Lazy Zebra is going to have a pretty swift death over here. Because he's effectively right next to Pala, and Pala is right next to his teammates. So yeah, lazy zebra. Unfortunately, I don't know if he has scouted this part of the map yet. Oh, he has, and he's trying to wall this up. And okay, fair enough. He already sees this TC. So yeah, should be interesting. And meanwhile, these guys, Wolfpack and HBZ Trigger. These guys are so close. Unfortunately, they are quite far from their teammate. So yeah. Some fishing ships out for Zeus. Uh, so Zeus I believe Zeus at just one dock right now. PJ also with a single dock, and he's also got a couple of fishing ships out. On the other side, we have Lazy Zebra with his fishing ships, and HVZ Driger. Unfortunately, I think he has made a dock. He has just forgotten to queue any fishing ships from his dock. And yeah, and I don't. Okay, so even Lazy Zebra has a dock. Ah, okay, we actually just saw Lazy Zebra's dock. Right, right, right. But yeah, apart from that, nothing much going on. It's 8.5 minutes, Dark Age. No shenanigans by any villagers, any sort of walling in or whatever. So, I think what I can do at this point is just fast forward a little bit. So, I think once these guys get to feudal age, it should be pretty interesting. Although the interesting thing here is that Pala does not know about Lazy Zebra being so close to him. And
Servidor.
yeah. So, okay, we have Zeus who has clicked up, so has Pala. And on the other side, we've got Lazy Zebra, who's the only player who has clicked up on his side, or his team rather. And yeah, okay, now we see, pretty much everybody clicking up. And surprisingly, Pala is, uh, he's playing in the Spanish, of course. So, wait, is he already dropping a castle because he plans to, or rather, is he already collecting stone because he wants to make some Kongs? Uh, which would be a nice play on Nomad, of course. It's just that you usually don't see Spanish being played on Nomad quite often. But the guy already has 400 stone, and he has, or rather, will have the resources to click up in a very small amount of time now. He's just short on some food, and the fact that he's got how many fishing ships is that? Okay, so that is 9 fishing ships for him, and effectively this means that Pala will be clicking up very shortly. Although we do have Lazy Zebra who has already clicked up, and he's also collecting stone.
Morning,
So we we will see Mangodai versus Conquistadors at some point, right? Because these guys are like right next to each other. Both of them are collecting stone. And finally some naval warfare. So we have Zeus with how much? Okay, so that's 5 fire galleys that he has. But then, these guys are having to, just go round the whole map just to kill a few fishing ships. Uh, I think it makes sense for him. Ah, okay, this is just a sheep. I thought this was a villager over here. So, if he had a villager, he could have just made an extra dock and, done something about it. But, yeah, fair enough. We have Zeus who has clicked up to Castle Age. We've got Lazy Zebra who has clicked up, and we've got HVZ Drago who has also clicked up. And Drago, of course, considering the fact that he's playing as the Teuton, so they get the cheaper farms, which means he has dropped quite a bunch of them. I don't think anybody else has. So these guys, yeah, these guys don't even have a single farm yet, and Yeah, so neither are Zeus and PJ. Although this might come to bite him in the ass at some point, the fact that he's spending all this wood on farms rather than any sort of naval military. Okay, so he's made one fire galley. There is one galley, and he's making another fire galley. But yeah, I mean, on this side, as expected, we have Lazy Zebra already dropping a castle. I don't know how much of Lazy Zebra's base Pala has seen. So Pala has not seen much, and he's in for a rude shock in a couple of seconds actually. Once that castle goes up, and yeah, I mean, I don't think, man, the tower does not make sense at this point because this guy already has a castle up, and he's got 3 villagers on stone right now as well. And yeah, so rightly so, Wolfpack is pinging this part of the map for some reason. So yeah, I think overall on water, I feel like the push by Hooligans seems to have stopped. Although he is still making more fire ships, but I mean there's nothing being done on this side. So I mean, fair enough. There's hardly any fishing ships anyways, so there's no point making more military for water if your opponent is not collecting any resources from there. And we finally have some Teuton Knights coming forward. And oh man, there is actually a chance. Okay, yeah, I think that's just a way too less number of military. And the fact that these knights are not attacking the right things. So the castle will go up. And yeah, so HBZ Driker and Lazy Zebra just having to run away at this point. And that's actually a pretty nice castle. I mean, the fact that it protects the gold and the stone, this is a pretty nice castle for him. And yeah, so some small raiding going on here. On the other side now, yeah, so I mean, as I said, KS2 seems to have completely given up on the water, except for these fire ships, which will go down. Sorry, these fishing ships, which will go down. But yeah, so KS2 has been driven off the water completely because Hooligans has taken full control over it. I'm pretty surprised the dock is still not being attacked because there's quite a lot of military here. Okay, so they are attacking this dock at this point. Fair enough. And these castles just shooting at random things. Houses, I suppose. And right, some conks out. Unfortunately, no blacksmith upgrades for them. Man at 24 minutes. Okay, so you do have a blacksmith up. And that's actually a nice TC. On the other side, HBZ also not getting any of, I mean, the second. Oh wait, he does not have a single blacksmith upgrade at this point because the +1 upgrade that we see here, that is on account of the fact that he's playing as the Teutons. So they get the extra melee armor per age. Yeah, I mean, man, you need to get your upgrades at this point. It's 26 minutes, and yeah, this makes no sense. And yeah, so I mean, as I was saying, the dock will finally go down, which means KS2. I mean, it's not a bad thing, of course. KS2 can now focus completely on land, and just try and overwhelm the land military from hooligans. Especially when you consider the fact that I mean, Zeus has 21 military. Wait, where is Zeus? Or rather, where is? Oh, okay. So Zeus's military is entirely water-based at this point, I think. And so it's just Pala and PJ who have any sort of land military. And compare that to these guys. So these guys, I think they are just going for land military, which makes a lot of sense, considering the fact that they've been driven completely off the water. And yeah, so
Walk. Kumante.
we have Wolfpack who is. Wait, where are Wolfpack's?
Bantne. Kumante.
Okay, so Wolfpack's military is pretty much everywhere else, but unfortunately not a lot of numbers, and Pala able to take down the eagle over there, and some light raiding being done for good measure. These knights will of course die because okay, so he finally gets one armor upgrade, but yeah, I mean you need more knights than this, and especially walking a single knight into how many? That's 8 conquistadors. Yeah, that's not going to end well. So I mean, even though he can keep producing knights, he's got the eco for it. But yeah, I mean, you just need to make sure that you mask them up before you send them in front of conquistadors. But I mean, there's a lot going on here. We have Lazy Zebra, and we have HPZ Tiger, and we have Wolfpack, all three of them over here under PJSTC. But I mean, these guys, they don't have the upgrades to take fights under TC. And we've got Zeus already sending forward his camels to defend. So, wait, what?
Ein.
A man at arms from PJ at 30 minutes. But I mean, looking at the villager numbers here, PJ is at just 38 villagers, Pala is at 52, and we've got Zeus at 63. Compare that to the other team where they've got 67, 63, and 55 villagers respectively. So, I mean, overall, if you're looking at just the eco, of course, these guys have a massive lead here, KS2. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah, so there we go. And wait, oh man, what the hell? Okay, so Zeus has 14 camels at this point. Unfortunately, he's got so that's 14 camels and 21 naval military, which I mean, fair enough. It makes sure that KS2 can never get back on water. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, I guess Pala and PJ need to start making military over here. Especially, the fact that Lazy Zebra is dropping a second castle here, which will of course go up because there's no way in from this side for these guys. For Zeus, I mean, and Zeus is completely outnumbered anyway. So yeah, I mean, this could pretty much be the game-defining moment here. And I mean, as I was saying earlier, when the game started, Lazy Zebra was in an awful position where he had all three of his enemies, extremely close to him. But the numbers that KS1 has got, military-wise, is yeah. I mean, they can win from here. That's the thing. It's just a matter of them not throwing the game, playing this carefully. What about the Mangadai here? Okay, unfortunately, the last of them die. I just wanted to check what upgrades Lazy Zebra had taken. Because Pala still has not taken any armor upgrades on his Kongs, and neither has he got Bloodlines. So yeah, I mean that's extremely shoddy, man. At this point, you are 34 minutes in game. Okay, you are finally researching Bloodlines.
Sí.
But yeah, please get your armor upgrades as well on your Kongs. In case you are not aware, you need to go for the archer armor upgrade, not the cavalry armor upgrade. And we have Dopefish who's inviting me for a game. Yeah, man, unfortunately I'll be casting today, so yeah, not gonna happen. But I mean, a pretty close game. by the way, except for the fact that PJs are just 48 villagers. Man, I don't know what the issue is with PJ, because in the last game we saw the guy was moving on 5 TCs with a shitload of resources being banked up. And in this case, in this game we have him with almost 3000 gold. So there is that. But I mean, Lazy Zebra, I think, yeah, so Lazy Zebra is playing like a beast over here as well. So yeah, I mean, of course the castle goes up, and yeah, I mean at this point I don't understand why these guys aren't just pushing forward, because this is the time when somebody is just about to click up to imp anyway. So you might as well, get your damage done as soon as possible. Or, of course, click up to imp yourself, which I wonder why Zeus is not doing, because he does have the resources. He has... let me just... Okay, so Zeus does not have the buildings required to click up, because he definitely has the resources. And yeah, I mean, I just feel, there's this massive lack of any sort of military being produced by both the teams. And like you've got HVZ Drago who's making knights constantly, so he has 24 of them. We've got Wolfpack with eagles. I mean, he's going for eagles, fair enough. He's got 25 eagles. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, not a lot going on. Just small skirmishes happening here and there. You have these wait, what? So Pala is going over here, and that is... I mean, that is a nice castle, whichever way you look at it. The problem is that we've got Lazy Zebras already clicked up to Imperial Age. So has Zeus for that matter, but Lazy Zebra will get to Imperial Age, of course, in a minute or two, and he can basically just strap down this castle. In fact, he has 2 castles over here. So, yeah. That castle is good for the short term, but yeah, long term, I don't think that castle is gonna stay up. And oh man, Pala losing his conquistadors over here. Just chilling under the castle. And on the other side we have Zeus with a doubt castle. Oh man, this could be a game defining moment over here, because we have Lazy Zebra dropping a castle here as well. And in fact he can drop one more castle if he wants to. Yeah, guys, I think this might be the game, because we have pretty much everybody for KS to getting to imp or about to get to imp, and I mean for others on the other side for holy guns, we yeah, I don't think these guys are about to reach imp anytime soon. So Pada, I mean, fair enough, he's getting a castle up here, and which should be trapped down pretty much immediately, because we already have a trap being produced from here. And I mean, yeah, these are Eagle Warriors at this point. Wolfpack, not yet in Imperial Age, fair enough. But yeah, I mean, yeah, so Pada will lose this castle. Pada will lose this castle as well. And okay, so fair enough. Lazy Zebra deciding to just finish off this castle, which does make sense, of course, considering you have villagers repairing it. So you need more than one trap to bring it down. He's got 3, in fact. And what is HP the Drago doing at this point? So he's got 34 military. Where is it? Right, so here is 8 and here's the rest of it, and unfortunately this castle goes down. Zeus is making another castle here, which, I mean, at this point I don't understand what this castle is going to do, because except for you, none of your teammates are in Imperial Age, and your Castle Age military cannot hold back against this military. Because all these guys are in Imperial. We have HPZ who's already queued Cavalier. We've got Elite Eagle upgrade coming in for Wolfpack. And I believe Lazy Zebra has also queued up Elite Mango Dye. Yeah, so he has. And yeah, I mean some resources being sent at this point, but yeah, this is pretty close to a GG. I mean Zeus does have a much higher score, but I mean that is effectively just because of the greater number of water-based units that he has. Because I mean apart from that, this is as close to a GG as you're going to see. And yeah, so now we have a Drago with his Cavaliers as well. And yeah, this castle will go down, and along with that, I think the game will be called as well. Because yeah, I don't think Hooligans has anything behind this. PJ with the 65 villagers, we've got Pala with also the 65, and on the other side for KS2, we've got them completely boomed, and I mean they can just keep producing military at this point. Although what I do find surprising is I don't believe they've gone for any trade in this game either. And yeah, I think this should be the GG at this point. Uh, so okay, fair enough. Zeus has some heavy camels, but then those will just go down to Cavaliers, plus the fact that there are Eagle Warriors and Cavaliers on the map. So yeah. So I mean, although the game isn't over at this point, I mean, I can sort of see, the outcome that we are going to see here. So, talking about that, I think it's a pretty nice comeback by KS2, which now means that we are at 1-1, or we will be at 1-1 pretty soon. And yeah, so there we go. So Zeus and Pala have resigned. They've called the GG, which means it will be time for game 3. Which will be the decider. And GG's, guys. So let me just go over to the stats. And yeah, so Wolfpack, I mean, although he has the better kill numbers here with 129, I think the MVP of the game, rightly so, as the game has called it, is Lazy Zebra. The guy was basically right next to Hooligans, managed to not only hold off but push back and take the game from there. And at the same time, some excellent support by Draga and Wolfpack. So yeah, GG's, guys. And technology wise, yeah, again, so Lazy Zebra getting to Castle Age first. I think the main decider here was the time that these guys took to get to Imp, and the fact that these guys, all of them managed to get to Imp, whereas for Hooligans only one player managed that. And yeah, these are the society numbers. So again, just look at the villager numbers. These guys, they just flat out had the better eco. And return to replays. Let me just check. So game 3 will be on hideout, which means we will be able to use capture age. So yeah, I hope you guys can just wait for a minute while I turn on capture age for the final game of the day. And another thing worth mentioning here is that I mean we've had a couple of extremely close games over here between Hooligans and KS2. Unfortunately, the team that loses this game will be out of the tournament. So as you can see here in the loser round 1, you have Hooligans versus KS2, and we are at 1-1 right now. So we'll have to be saying bye to one of the teams at the end of this game. So yeah, I'm just loading up the game now, and I already have capture age loaded, so yeah, shouldn't be a long time. Okay, so yeah, let me just fix everything on the overlay side. So okay, so yeah, I guess we can just go live. And he has Zeus, who's playing as the flank Ethiopians. The pocket is Pala, who is playing as the Khmer, and the other flank is Hooligans, who's playing as the Vietnamese. On the other side, for KS2, we have Drago, who's playing as the Koreans as flank. The pocket is Wolfpack, who's playing as the Lithuanians, and finally we have Lazy Libra, who's playing as the Chinese. So some pretty nice saves for both the teams here, and I mean it's just surprising that these guys managed to save the best saves till the last game, which usually doesn't happen. Especially the fact that you've got the Lithuanians on one side, and on the other side you've got Ethiopians and Khmer. So yeah, some nice save drafting by both the teams here, and. Let me just switch over to the idle TC counter here. So Lazy Zebra, yeah, I mean he's playing as a Chinese, so you should expect to see some idle TC time. But overall, you should always be one villager ahead, which okay, he is one villager, so he's at 8 while the rest of them are at 7. So yeah, and a strat that I I mean I had seen this personally, and we actually decided to use this in a tournament game where my pocket was playing as the Khmer, and uh, I mean this was my idea. I what I told him to do was just go for an FC. Even if I have some sort of aggression or whatever, that's fine. And after that, what we can do is, I mean, you have to get to FC. I'll manage to save myself. Get to Castle Age, drop a castle. Uh, since you're playing as the Khmer, you can make ballista elephants which can cut trees in Castle Age. So all I need you to do is cut down the trees, go to your opponent pocket and finish him off completely. And well, I personally died because my opponent flank went FC, whereas I decided to go for some sort of feudal aggression, I believe. I'm not pretty sure at this point, but I had a bunch of castles dropped on my face. I barely managed to survive, and I mean, on the other side, you had the pocket, my pocket, who completely wrecked the opponent flank because he was not expecting this, and yeah, I mean that is how we managed to actually win the game. And there's nothing much going on at this point. I think again what I'll do is I will just fast forward this to feudal age because this being hideout there will not be any sort of action on in the dark age. So I mean let's see if any player decides to go for any sort of feudal play here, because usually if let's say you decide to go for a feudal play and your opponent does not, the opponent can actually suffer pretty badly. So yeah, I mean, should be interesting if any of the players decide to go for any sort of feudal military, which I believe Drago might be because he's already got a forward barracks up and he's queuing up militia, which means we can expect a man-at-arms plus towers play, because that is the only thing that makes sense. And let me just go over to the normal speed at this point. And yeah, so PJ at this point unfortunately does not have any idea what HVZ Tiger is about to do. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. He's not going for a man-at-arms plus towers, which is quite effective on hideout. He's going for or he's just going for a drush effectively and following it up with archers. And I mean, as you can see, he's not even collecting any stones. So yeah, what the hell. And meanwhile, on the other side, you have Lazy Zebra going for A couple of forward buildings. I mean, these are barracks and ranges and houses, but yeah, I mean, if you guys are going for feudal aggression, fair enough. I just don't think like this is the right play here. Militia makes no sense. If you're going for man-at-arms plus archers, most definitely. Man-at-arms plus towers, again, most definitely. But yeah, militia plus because all you've done is effectively delay your own archers from coming out, right? And on the other side, Lazy Zebra at least has both archery ranges up. And yeah, Pala, I think he will end up killing that villager, so yeah, fair play to him. But right, so what is going on? What is HVZ Tiger doing? Because I mean, at this point, I think let me just check the resources because I believe PJ will be actually quite close to clicking up. I mean, he's got 500 food, 200 and whatever 70 gold, so he should be able to click up pretty quickly. And apart from these extra houses behind those walls, which means that you'll never get housed, I don't see the point of what Drago is doing right now. Because the follow-up after the drush, if you can call it that, has been extremely weak. I think this is the first archer that has come forward at 15 minutes, and yeah, I mean trickling in these archers, even though you're dropping three ranges now, it makes no sense because PJ is just about to get to Castle Age. Oh, he's about to click up to Castle Age, I mean. And the fact that PJ is playing as the Vietnamese, so these archers will of course have more HP compared to Koreans. Although Koreans do get the free armor upgrade, so sort of balances out nicely. And okay, so on the other side we have Zeus who has a pretty sizable number of archers. And okay, and this effectively means that Lazy Zebra is forced to drop a defensive tower here, which is a nice play. I might add, because I mean that tower going up effectively makes sure that he has no danger of his gold being denied or his stone being denied. And yeah, so Lazy Zebra I think will lose a villager or two or three maybe on this side, but yeah, I mean overall I think he will end up coming on top. And I mean, as long as these archers do not manage to get inside Lazy Zebra's economy, it's all fine. And on the other side, yeah, I mean, you have Pala who's already in Castle Age. Same can be said for the other side. So Wolfpack also in Castle Age, and they're both producing knights. But I mean, the flanks are basically just fighting in feudal age. And okay, so Zeus might actually manage to get inside. And oh man, yeah. So Lazy Zebra is now having to drop a second tower. I mean, fair enough, he's got 5 on stone, so shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, I mean, these towers doing a lot of work here for Lazy Zebra. Because I mean, if Lazy Zebra does not drop these towers, he's effectively dead. These feudal archers can do a shitload of damage. Unfortunately, I think yeah. So Zeus is about to lose his entire military now, because we see that Wolfpack already has knights out. With okay, so at this point they have just the +1 armor upgrade, but yeah. Zeus, I think what Zeus can do at this point is, but Lazy is also playing pretty smartly over here, just deleting his range, so the archers have no place to hide, and effectively being driven here towards the tower, or whether it is towards the TC or whatever, but yeah. So Zeus, you know what, at this point, I don't understand why, yeah, so Zeus needs to pull back his entire army. And on the other side, we have Drago, who is sort of managed to break in, but is not able to do any damage. Most definitely not to any sort of eco over here. And yeah, so he just has to go back. And PJ is just about to hit Castle Age. So yeah, Castle Age. I mean, currently he has just skirmishers, but I assume he'll be going or looking forward to adding some archers at this point. Oh, okay, interesting. So he's going for a castle. We might see a Ratan archer play here. But yeah, I mean, on the other side, Wolfpack is coming towards Zeus, and I mean, Pala does have more knights at this point. We've got 8 for Pala. Oh, actually, Wolfpack has 10 knights, but only I think that's 6 or 7 over here forward. So I think the rest are just chilling over here. Yeah, so we've got one here, we've got one here, and yeah, fair enough. But what I don't understand is HVZ just camping with his military over here. Because, I mean, the fact that these guys don't have any upgrades, he has a blacksmith, so I wonder why there are no upgrades coming in for these archers. I mean, it's 22 minutes. These are standard feudal archers, which you get at what 12 minutes or something. So yeah, what is being pinged? Okay. And yeah, Pada. I don't know what Pala is doing at this point. I honestly think if okay, so Zeus is just about to get to Castle Age, and on the other side we've got Lazy Zebra who will take a while, and so will Driver actually. And keeping these archers here, man, such a stupid move at this point. Like these are feudal archers, they aren't upgraded, but once your opponent pocket is in Castle Age and so is your opponent flank, there's no reason why these archers should be out. These guys should be back inside your base, just making sure that they stay alive. But then, I mean, for that matter, PJ is not moving forward either, so it doesn't make a lot of difference, right? Man, this militia is still alive. This is pretty pretty interesting. So yeah, let's just see if Pala is going for. Oh, Pala is going for a second castle actually. And he's making Ratan archers. So okay, these guys they still have just the sorry, the feudal age upgrade. So yeah, no Botkin or armor upgrade for him yet. Meanwhile, Zeus is actually going for an armor upgrade before he goes for an attack upgrade on his crossbows. Okay, fair enough. Crossbows, he already has the Botkin. And man, I mean again, we saw this in the other set as well, where you don't have the military playing together, or there's not enough communication here. But Wolfpack is, I mean, these knights they should not be here alone, even though they should be able to take these crossbows. You need to make sure that yeah. So these archers need to be here because Wolfpack I think lost about 4 knights here, and I mean it makes no sense to lose those knights, especially the fact that you have these +2 knights on your side. Yeah, and on this side we have HVZ Tiger being driven out because of 2 Ratan archers and that's what 6 skirmishers. Uh, just feudal age upgrades for them, and man, HVZ Tiger, man, you know what? I just saw you getting the Thumbring upgrade. You need to get your blacksmith upgrades before you get things like Thumbring. Because Thumbring is so expensive for what it offers. Compared to that, I mean, this guy doesn't even have fletching. So, getting fletching, Botkin, and then maybe, if you have some extra resources, you can go for Thumbring. But honestly, at that point, you should be going for ballistics before you go for Thumbring. So yeah, I think possibly a chance. I mean, situations where Driver does not know about what upgrades to get because he might just be a cavalry player, which is I mean what happens occasionally, right? So yeah, but I mean apart from that, quite a bit of action happening here. we've got Wolfpack running back because I mean at this point, yeah, these are +1 armored knights. Compared to that, Wolfpack has 19 knights to 22 for Pala, and you've got a much bigger military on this side for Lazy Zebra. So I just wonder why these guys aren't engaging. Like specifically on this side, KS2 has a massive lead. Like you just check out the crossbow numbers here. So we've got Zeus with how many crossbows that is? So that's 19 crossbows for Zeus. We got 29 for Lazy Zebra, and if you're looking at the knight numbers, we've got 20 for Wolfpack, and we've got 22 for Pala. But okay, so Pala does have the +2 armor upgrade now, but Wolfpack's knights are still, better upgraded. And okay, so on this side, HP the Striker just manages to push that forward pressure back. But then, yeah, I mean, this is unfortunate, man. Just get those blacksmith upgrades.
Có tiểu nhân.
And meanwhile, PJ has also forgotten about them because he's got fletching and the first armor upgrade, but nothing beyond that. So yeah, I mean, whatever action we are seeing is on this side of the map. And although Lazy Zebra's buildings are going down, they are in a much more commanding position here. I mean, these guys, they have way more military. Of course, when you look at the eco numbers, there's a massive difference, and it's in favor of the Hooligans team. But yeah, I mean, I genuinely don't understand why these guys are not taking the engagements. KS2 on this side can completely steamroll Zeus if they wanted to. And after that, of course, they can take Pala. Because Pala, while he has 27 or 26 knights, Wolfpack has the same number as well now. So yeah, I mean, and the fact that this castle is placed over here means that he will have some unfettered access to the gold on this side. And apart from that, let me just check the scouting of these guys actually. So I mean, fair enough. These guys know about most of the extra golds on their side of the base. So yeah, I mean, I just don't understand this. I mean, fair enough. If you look at the scores, Hooligans is actually on top. So, KS2 might be thinking that they are behind, which they are on the economy side. But yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the pure military numbers, KS2 is just way, way ahead. Especially when you're talking about the composition of the military, right? So yeah, that's 31 crossbows. And okay, I think, yeah, so Zeus has managed to catch up with the numbers now, but oh man, I think Zeus will end up losing quite a lot of his crossbows here. Because what is happening is that Wolfpack's knights are engaging with Zeus's crossbows, and meanwhile you have Lazy Zebra's crossbows just chilling over here under the castle. So actually, you know what? The numbers stay pretty much the same, except for the fact that Wolfpack managed to somehow lose his entire Knights army.
Điện hạ có gì sai bảo.
And we finally have PJ who has clicked up to Imperial. On the other side, we've got Lazy Zebra who has clicked up to Imperial. And okay, they seem to be looking at some extra sources of gold. Honestly, I feel again at this point you guys should be, thinking about trade. And guys, 36-minute ballistics. You please need to make sure that you get ballistics. I mean, just after you've clicked up to Castle Age, or maybe slightly later than that. But yeah, I mean, the fact that you get to Imperial pretty much at the same time as you're getting ballistics is, yeah. And PJ going for some palisade walls at 37 minutes. I mean, yeah, there's no way the palisade walls are going to work at 37 minutes. And Zeus is thinking of dropping a castle here. Which, I mean, this is a pretty ballsy castle, but yeah, I personally do not agree with this castle. Honestly, making another castle here somewhere on this hill would have been better. Because as it stands right now, it does not deny any resources of lazy zebras, and it does not perform any function that this castle of Palas does not perform already. But I mean, right, we are about to have stone walls being built on both sides, so a bunch of Donald Trumps playing this game. Unfortunately, what this now means is that the game will go on for at least another 20 to 25 minutes. And the fact that, I mean, the military numbers are still pretty close. Hooligans has a clear advantage in the eco. They have 350 villagers compared to KS2's 274. So, I mean, Hooligans is pretty much, completely boomed at this point. So, uh, okay, so at least HPZ Tiger does know about the small gap, but yeah, so let's see what happens. And yeah, so this castle has been placed in an unfortunate position, even though the trap will go down. But I mean, like I said, the castle at this point does not offer anything extra beyond what this castle already offers. So yeah, I mean, this castle, honestly, if anything, if it had been placed here somewhere, close to this gold, so you have some protection for your own villagers, that would have been nice. And okay, Wolfpack is also making laters at this point. On this side, we have Zeus, who is. I mean, Zeus is completely inside Lazy Zebra's base at this point. I mean, the fact that he's not able to pressure this side is pretty interesting. But then, yeah. So, wait, where is Pala's knight? Oh, Pala is actually transitioning to elephants here, which is pretty interesting. I mean, it does work, of course, since it's your team that is pushing forward. So elephants can definitely work because your enemy has to take the fights. But I mean, apart from that, yeah, we'll see what ends up happening here because Wolfpack is at 115 villagers. Meanwhile, we've got the other pocket at just 105 villagers and just 10 military right now. So let me just check how many stables Pala has. Right, so that's just 4 stables at this point. And man, looking at the resource numbers, PJ again banking a shitload of resources. He's got 4,000 food and almost 1,500 gold here. And we have some war wagons and man, what? So, how? Okay, so at least these are palisade walls and these are not stone walls, but I mean, my assumption is that PJ should know about these stone walls, right? So why place them over there? Because those, how can you even get those walls up in the first place? And yeah, on this side we have Lazy Zebra's castle going down. These elephants coming into play here, and I mean, right now the numbers are such that the elephants will die, but yeah, I think this is at this point it's Hooligan's game to lose here because they have 100 more villagers and just slightly less military, and they have the better military, of course. You have obelisks and elephants. I mean that's a classic combination. And on the other side, Driger making a bunch of everything. He's got some long swordsmen. He's got some skirmishers. He's got a lot of skirmishers, and he's got war wagons. And surprisingly, in this game, these guys actually decide to go for some markets. But I mean, yeah, on this side, I feel like Lazy Zebra's base should be overrun now. Finally, the fact that Zeus has these obelisks and these elephants from Pala can easily take down these knights. So yeah. Okay, so now the fact that we have Cavalier for Wolfpack and just standard battle elephants for Pala might switch the battle in the favor of KS2. But then I mean, as I've been saying here, KS2 have like a massive uh, I mean, the villager numbers for them are extremely less, and man, Zeus and Pala going for some extremely ballsy castles here. Yeah, I think now the game is pretty close to over. It's just a matter of whether Wolfpack can manage to defend against this or he cannot. Because Lazy Zebra does not have any military at this point. He's got just 10 military, out of that 7 of them are skirmishers, and he's making some halves at this point, which, yeah, I mean, way too late for that anyway. And yeah, I mean, even if those traps go down, I think this is pretty close to a GG here. And on the other side, yeah, so this has been an extremely slow game on this side especially, where you had the infamous militias, uh, which stayed militias by the way until I think it was like late feudal age or something. Okay, so the guy has died. I was half thinking you might still have that militia pounding at the walls over there. And the gold over here runs out. These guys, okay, so they have some markets up, but no trade cards being made yet. And man, just look at Zeus's production. So he's with 7 archery ranges now, and the Castle of Doubt will end up going up, I think, because we've got these obelisks coming over to protect these villagers, and yeah, I think once this castle goes up, it could be a GG at that point. Wait, assuming the castle goes up because it hasn't gone up yet, and these cavaliers. Okay, we've got 3 villagers now who are operating it. And we have Wolfpack going for Paladin as well. So we might still see some change in the game here. Wait, does the castle go up? Oh man. And yeah, there we go. That is the castle going up, and we have Zeus with siege rams as well. So obelisk siege rams, yeah. I mean, as long as he can make sure that his obelisks don't go down to any sort of manganese or onagers or whatever, this should be a GG at this point. And the fact that they've started trade as well, which okay, so even the other team has, and yeah, there you go. So KS2 just decides to call it the GG at this point, especially due to the fact that Lazy Zebra was at just like 50 villagers and practically no army. So yeah, GG's guys, and honestly, you even KS2, you guys played extremely well, and I mean it's just unfortunate that you guys are out of the tournament. But I genuinely hope that whenever we have another tournament, which we actually will after the conclusion of this one, you know I genuinely wish that you guys take part in that tournament as well, because it should be fun playing against you guys. So yeah, GG's guys. And let me just fast forward this. So yeah, there we go. Some pretty long games. Whoever's still watching the stream right now, thanks guys, because yeah, been some extremely long games over here. So yeah, military numbers. Zeus played like a beast. 368 kills to 220 deaths, and yeah, I mean overall, I think it was just well played by Holy Guns. And well played by KS2 as well. I think there was just a slight window where KS2 could have overwhelmed Hooligans, but yeah, once that window was closed, there was no way those guys could have come back. And Trigger, I don't know, but I personally feel like he had no game plan in the third game. He played extremely well in the previous game on Nomad, but yeah, I mean, on this map with this Civ, I think he was just unaware of what to do. And even though he had the largest military, I feel like he did nothing in this game, personally. And a lot of tributes being sent out as well. So these guys, they actually use their tributes, which we have not seen in the previous games, in most of these sets. Apart from some, small tributes being sent here and there, it has been pretty clean otherwise. But yeah, I mean, in this game, both the teams deciding to, send and receive resources. So, and PJ, yeah, Wood and Stone with the lead. Surprisingly, the only player who got any sort of trade going. Technology numbers, yeah, I mean, Lazy Zebra actually, being to Imperial Age first and still managing to lose. But then, I mean, he had PJ and, sorry, Pala and Zeus on his side, pressuring him constantly. So, yeah, and PJ, man, just look at that boom. So the pocket gets to 117 villagers. Meanwhile, one of the flanks is at 100 and almost 160 villagers. So yeah, and the fact that he got 2 relics as well. So yeah, GG's guys. And yeah, let me just update the brackets as well, because this now effectively means that the loser bracket round 1 is over as well, and we should be able to see the matchups for the next round for the loser bracket, I mean. So we've got Hooligans at 2 and KS2 at 1. And yeah, so this is what the loser bracket looks like at this point. We have Black Sails versus Shikari. Of course, Black Sails were out, so Shikari goes into loser round 3 where they'll face Logisticas. We have Hitterbase versus the Ninja Squad. We've got Supremacy versus Team Agent. And I believe there was some scheduling issues between Supremacy and Team Agent, so I genuinely hope that you guys can sort it out, because I would love to watch that matchup. And finally, we have Blitzkrieg versus Holy Guns. And this is what the winner bracket looks like. So we've got Land Clan versus the 3-man Saw and the Sultans versus Team Arquebus. So this time we've actually given them a couple of weeks to get their games done, because we want the loser bracket to catch up as fast as possible. So what we'll be doing tomorrow is we'll be casting some games from the loser bracket again from round 2. So these are the games that you guys will be watching tomorrow. Hitterbase versus the Ninja Squad, and if Supremacy versus Team Agent does happen to go forward, then that set, and Blitzkrieg versus Holy Guns, depending on whenever these games are uploaded. So yeah, I mean, apart from that, it's GG's from us here at AOE India, and good night. I am Cyanide, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully at the same time, 9 p.m. Possibly half an hour early. And yeah, thanks for tuning in today, and hope you guys had fun. Good night, guys.